inside the shot. Millionaires off the break. Scott. Right pass. Simmons. Myers. Henry. Shetler. The lob to the big guy off the pump fake. Yes, they got to keep going back to him. Kick out. Goff gives it back to Lynch in the paint. Nice feed to Anderson. Millionaires with 9. Off the drive. Pretty play by Wilson. Junior drives, misses. Mason, yes. Better make it right now. You can't wait too late. Fish from 3. And a good rebound by Simmons. Simmons runs it up in traffic, and Scott jams it home. And today from Milton, PA, the road to Hershey begins. First round of the PIAA 6A playoffs. Penn Wood takes on Alan Taylor's Williamsport Millionaires. Hi, everybody. Gary Chrisman along with Babe Mayer. The gym's going to be full very shortly as we get ready today. You're watching live on WebWeeklyLive.com, Facebook, and our streaming partner, PA Sports Live. Today, the Millionaires 20-4 taking on a team they have played 4 times in the past. They're 1-3 gone in against Penn Wood. They come in 18-8 out of District 1. A lot of teams out of District 1 get in, but this team's a good one, and they played well this year.
Well, there's no doubt about it. If you play in District 1, you're going to play against some tough teams, and Penn Woods has played against some tough teams, but so have the Millionaires, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But looking at these two teams, they're two generally are power teams that are always in the state playoffs. Penn Wood has not been in the state playoffs since 2010. Williamsport has not been in the state playoffs since 2013. So nobody in either of these teams has any playoff experience. Could be interesting to see which team can play up.
Yeah, Penn Wood had a great run between 2008 and 2011. They won the title in 2009. They were a runner-up a year later. But this is the first time back for them, so it should be interesting. They played a tough non-conference schedule, started 3-5, but Matt Lindeman, the first-year coach, been around this program for years. Matt Lindeman, who played for Penn Wood, said, we played tough teams to get ready for this postseason. We're going to take a timeout. This is the Rennie Rhode Arbour All-State Game of the Week, first round PIAA. You're watching it live here on Facebook and WebWeeklyLive.com. Rennie Rhode Arbour, congratulations. 38 years, another successful year. What have you seen change most in the insurance industry?
Let's look at it this way, Gary. 38 years and I'm 67 years old, and I have no intention of retiring because I still enjoy what I do. I still like working with the clients. Many things have changed. To me, the main focus is making sure people have adequate liability limits. Lawsuits have escalated. People used to sue for $100,000. Now they're suing for $500,000. We do not want to see a client ever come up short on the end if there is a lawsuit and they are held liable.
What impresses me the most is the fact you're not another number at Rennie Rhode Arbour All-State. You're part of the Rennie family. Coverage and making sure great follow-through service. That's what it's all about for you guys for all these years.
Exactly. Taking care of the client, being there if it's a phone call at 6 in the morning or 8 at night is important. When people are concerned, we want to be there to put their mind at ease and let them know we're going to help them take care and get through whatever problems they may have.
Be part of the Rennie Rhode Arbour All-State family. Call them today. Make the switch, 326-6645. For the finest detail and handcrafted jewelry, there is one name to know. Blair Brothers Goldsmiths, Oaks Plaza, East 3rd, Golden Strip in Williamsport. Let them make you an original. And remember, they are your diamond headquarters. Absolutely the best prices, bar none, on diamonds anywhere in Central PA. And, of course, the finest gemstones in the world today, from sapphires to tanzanite. Now is the time to let them make you an original. Blair Brothers Goldsmiths, your diamond headquarters, Golden Strip.
Griggs' Coffee and Peanuts and Dolly's Diner, serving 3 meals 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., 3 p.m. on Sundays. House-made desserts, including famous Griggs' sticky buns, coffee, peanuts, and peanut butter, and specialty drinks. Griggs' Coffee and Peanuts and Dolly's Diner, just off North Loyalsock Avenue in Montoursville.
Hi, this is Scott from Harder Sporting Goods. You've known us as your baseball headquarters for years, but now we'd like you to know we have a full line of football equipment like Under Armour cleats, receiver's gloves, shoulder pads, pants, anything that you need for your individual or team needs. And also we can do your rewards for your end of the year banquets. Come see us at Harder Sporting Goods, 2098 Lycoming Creek Road, where we play to win.
When it comes to cars, there are so many options. But when it comes to people, there's only one dealership you can trust. Fairfield Auto Group is that dealership, the one that understands you. We aren't just a dealership. We are a part of your community. We are your neighbors. Fairfield, you're gonna love us.
And again, we're back. Fairfield for Fair Deals pregame show. Gary Crispin and Babe Mayer, Millionaires, and the Patriots of Penwood. Big ball game. Should be fun coming up minutes away as the crowd starts coming into the Milton Gym, playing close to home. Everybody said, why not Montoursville? But Montoursville has construction, no parking. They were out of the playoffs this year, so we're playing as close, but a small gym here at Milton today. All right, let's talk fast facts about today's game. Brought to you by Tom Rachel of the gang at Palco Federal Credit Union, Shad Road, Muncie, right off the Halls Pennsdale exit off I-180. All right, babe, let's talk some fast facts.
Well, you know, the fast fact that you have to start off with is that you're now in the state playoffs, and the state playoffs changes everything around. During the regular season, you basically know the teams you're playing, you know the coaching styles you're going to play against. Even your team players know different players from summer leagues and things like that. When you get in the state playoffs, you get matchups where you don't know anything about the other team. You can look at film, you can do things with scouting, but you don't really know that team that well. So it comes down to what you have to do is you have to coach your team up to play your game. All right, because that's the only thing that you really know for certain. And this is a prime example right here. And these teams, the last time they met, you never know what's going to happen, all right, in the state playoffs, because you don't know. Penwood has 8 losses. You look at, they have 8. Williamsport only has 4. Williamsport should be the favorite. That's not necessarily the case.
Absolutely. And let's talk about what happened some 25 years ago, 1992. Coley Krause running the point, Darryl Stafford and Jason Bullock. Some of the guys, Dwayne Adams and I think Andrew Nagy played on that team. I'm going to leave a guy or two out, but that was a Millionaire team under Pete White that was 17-7, a TV game we did. They played at Elizabethtown on a snowy night against a District 1 champion Penwood team that came in heavily favored. They were ranked either number 1 or number 2 in the state. The Millionaires playing Pete White basketball took them out, beat them by 17, 65-48, and it was one of the great memories of a great Millionaire win. Millionaires didn't go far after that, but they pulled that first round win, so anything can happen. And Penwood and Matt Lindeman, their first year coach, remembers that game, was there as a kid. He's a 1998 grad. His club started 3-5, but he said, you know, we're playing for the postseason. And he remembers playing the Millionaires the last couple of years. They played in 08, Christmas tournament, won that game. They played in 2011 and 2012. Last time they played, they won it on a buzzer beater at the tail end of the ball game, and they have a 1-3 record against the Williamsport Millionaires. Penwood coming in. They're a team that's played together, a lot of chemistry. They play together and a lot of balance, very much like the Millionaires, a lot of speed. Alan Taylor's watched them, watched the film, and now you put it all out in the court. It's going to be fun minutes away. Let's talk Price Optical Athlete of the Week. It's got to be Taylor Mason, 6'10" junior out of Hughesville, getting better every game. Hughesville won their game again last night with another double-double. And that ball game the other day against Southern Columbia, District 4 championship, dominance inside, 9 block shots, 12 points, 15 rebounds, and I'd say he's getting better, and of course, Hughesville peaking at the right time.
You know, Nick Tagliaferri's done a magnificent job of coaching this big guy. He took him, and a lot of coaches would try to push him to his height. Nick brought his height down to where he could play. He rarely jumps. If you watch him under the basket, he's 6'10", has a nice arm span. He doesn't have to jump. Nick brought him down to where he doesn't jump, and the fact that he doesn't jump has made him a better ball player.
Well, that's it.
And now Nick will bring him along and make him an even better ball player as they go on. We've seen him improve so much over the season.
Well, as Nick Tagliaferri says, a big guy gets in foul trouble when you're trying to block shots. You're leaping into guys. But you're so tall, you just have to raise your hands up and play within yourself, and that's what he's done. He had those 15 block shots in the District 4 title game, and very impressive. Taylor Mason of Hughesville, who won again last night, he is our Price Optical Athlete of the Week. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back. We'll talk impact players and more. The Millionaires in Penwood, minutes away. This is the Rennie Rhode Armel All-State Game of the Week.
Ray-Ban, Nike, Polo Ralph Lauren, Maui Jim, Costa, Gucci, Wiley X. Price Optical has the widest selection of sunglass eyewear in the area. Attention gas workers and outdoorsmen and women. Wiley X sunglasses are ANSI safety rated and military ballistic certified. At Price Optical, we set our sights on your vision. Our focus is on providing you complete quality eyewear. Price Optical, for the finest in eyewear.
Jim Moff and Associates, you've been at it for 30-plus years. The biggest kick you must get is helping so many people out achieve the proper retirement with the money they really need, right?
Correct. Now, there's some folks that really don't have a lot of assets, but we're able to help them to achieve financial success for retirement. A little bit of discipline and some savings each month will get them there.
Jim Moff and Associates, moffandassociates.com.
Rainbow Carpet, not just an average flooring store. They do complete remodels, and they feature the hottest new products and design tips with 20-plus years experience. Rainbow, bringing your dreams home to you.
Hi, I'm John from Rainbow Carpet, and we're going to take you around and show a couple projects to you. Here in the foyer, we combine the look of bamboo with some beautiful porcelain tile. We used a polished porcelain tile that gives you the look of granite and marble without the heavy maintenance involved. Here's another great flooring product at Rainbow Carpet, luxury vinyl tile. Get the look of hardwood and ceramic without the cost and the maintenance. Stop in at Rainbow Carpet and check out our extensive line of luxury vinyl tile to meet all of your looks and your price point. Nothing puts the final touches on a kitchen like a custom ceramic backsplash from Rainbow Carpet. Stop into Rainbow Carpet and see our full line of ceramic tile for all of your kitchen and bathroom needs. Come see me, Johnny Rainbow, and I'll help you with your ideas for your home. Rainbow Carpet, 835 East 3rd Street.
Palco Federal Credit Union has served the area for over 75 years. Tom, Rachel, congratulations.
Thank you, Gary. We pride ourselves on our flexible, competitive loan products that we offer. We can finance houses, cars, boats. We offer a Visa card that's 8.9% fixed rate. Great products.
And I know your members love the online banking.
Absolutely. It's very easy to do. Just log on and you conduct all your business from your home.
Check it today. Palco Federal Credit Union, member serving members for 75 years.
For over 30 years, Fairfield Auto Group has had an unyielding commitment to hometown values. And we know how important those are to you. At Fairfield, cars cost less, but our service remains unrivaled. Fairfield for fair deals. Fairfield. You're gonna love us.
Once again, we're back. Fairfield Auto Group postgame and pregame show, we should say, and Alvarado Construction. We're talking about impact players of this ball game as we get ready here in Milton, PA. Gary Crispin along with Babe Mary. You're watching live, WebWeeklyLive.com with our streaming partner PA Sports Live, and of course on my Facebook page, and people are sharing it all over. You'll be able to watch it Sunday at 10, Monday at 7 on Comcast 190. All right, Alvarado impact players. You've got to start Millionaires with Stanley Scott. Now they're not out here, so you don't see the shot of Stanley as they're arriving as we speak. Stanley Scott, 20 points a game, a lot of D1 looks, but as the Millionaires go, they go with Stan Scott. He's their leader, and of course, he's rising up the list of all-time scorers in Millionaire history. Right now, I believe he's number 4 or 5 all-time, and not a bad run, not a bad career.
No, not a bad career or a bad run, and you're absolutely right. When he's on the floor, all right, Williamsport is a weapon. All right, and when he's not on the floor, Williamsport plays very well as a team, but they don't have that go-to man that's a weapon. All right, and that's what he does on the floor. Excellent basketball player, and he'll have a good game here tonight against Penwood.
And I think there's no question the Millionaires have won 13 straight games. Stanley Scott, one of the keys. The other key is we talked in the car coming in. Kaim Ali, Rondell Carson, you want to keep those guys out of foul trouble. You've got to keep a couple of those guys on the floor at all times. Certainly a key. They're getting role playing out of some guys off the bench, but certainly Stan Scott is your impact player and certainly the All-State candidate. A lot of D1 schools looking at him for next year. On the other side, we talked to Matt Lindeman. He said Pernell G is their guy. Averages about 11 a game. He's a team captain. He's a guy that leads this club with about 11 points a game. And this is a very balanced team with 3-4 guys in double figures. And he's a guy that we're going to keep an eye on that has led the way for this club coming in.
Well, you know, I tell you, Penwood has 9 seniors on this team. The starting 5 are all seniors. And of that starting 5, 3 of the starting 5 average over 10 points a game, and 2 other ones over 9 points a game. So there's really a spread here, but the key player is obviously going to be the man you talked about.
And I'll tell you, this is one team coming in that played a 3-5 start. They split with Chester, but they have beaten the Chester Clippers, who are now in 5A, and we're glad about that. But this is a real good basketball team. They did lose to Abington, the top seed in District 1 in the playoffs. District 1 sends a lot of teams, but they feel they're coming together at the right time. After they beat Chester 58-55 to avenge a loss earlier, Penwood feels that turned the season around for this senior-laden team, who then won 12 of their next 13 games and got them ready for the playoffs. Penwood, Matt Lindeman's club, feels pretty confident coming in, and he knows the Millionaires pretty doggone well. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back. Starting lineups, opening tip, minutes away. You're watching live on WebWeeklyLive.com and on Facebook. This is the Rennie Rhode Armel All-State Game of the Week. You've known them for more than 50-plus years in the Williamsport area. Alvarado Construction, offering extensive design and build services throughout Pennsylvania. Commercial builds from Starbucks to Panera and so much more. John Alvarado, now you're adding residential, and some of the finest homes are going to be built by you guys.
We've been doing residential design and construction work for about the last 4 years. Partnered with a firm called Scholes Design, who is a residential architectural firm, probably the premier firm in the country. Have an extensive catalog of their designs, as well as we have the ability to do our own custom designs as well.
And remodeling, a rebuild of a house to change the look.
Yeah, both interior or exterior. We did the kitchen makeover last year with your crew.
Yeah, the KISS FM kitchen makeover, what a success. Boy, that was a happy family in South Williamsport.
Great project, gave them a new kitchen in about 3 days. That was great. The exterior renovation work we've been doing has been everything from brick, stucco, stone, new facelifts for your home.
So, for a new build, commercial or now residential, make it Alvarado Construction for the finest in central Pennsylvania.
You know, BJ's Steak and Rib House of Selinsgrove has been a Central PA classic since 1982. And they offer Central PA's only authentic oyster bar, available open to close 7 days a week, hot and cold selections from the cold waters of New England to the Canadian Maritimes at BJ's. Plus, they offer Central PA's premium house-dry aged steaks, all hand-cut in BJ's own butcher shop. BJ's Steak and Ribs, a Central PA classic in Selinsgrove.
Rennie Rhode Armel Allstate Insurance. Rich, let's talk about your team, and let's meet some of the guys that make it happen every day here.
Gary, the gentleman standing behind me here, one is Kane Snyder. He's a licensed sales rep for our agency, along with Doug Seville and Mark Eckenstein. all do a great job and been with us for years.
You guys, it's all about family. It's all about coverage. Let's talk about the great job you do and why you're so good at car insurance.
Along with our competitive rates, we have a couple neat things with our policies like decreasing collision deductibles, accident waivers, bonuses. If you go with our Allstate Platinum plan, you get a bonus if you go accident-free for 6 months. Topped with our great service and work ethics.
Bottom line is, it's all about service, all about coverage. Policy reviews, you do it all at Rennie Road Armour.
We like to do one every day with as many clients as we can to make sure they're covered properly and making sure they're getting the discounts they need and should have. And again, just make sure that we're taking care of them the best we can.
And we're back in the Fairfield Ford pregame show. General Manager Rick Wigley, we've had a lot of years together, 30 plus. First of all, congratulations. What a run you guys have had.
Thanks, Gary. It's been a good 30 years and looking forward to the next 30.
And it ironically all started here as Fairfield Ford 1986, and so many great-looking Ford options. I'm loving driving the Explorer, but the new look of the Explorer right behind us is fantastic.
Yeah, the new Ford's Explorer's been a great seller. They really have done a great job with it, as you can see. Actually, the whole Ford lineup is really hot this year. We've had a great run with Ford, both locations here and at 3600 West 4th, and really people are loving them.
Absolutely. You've got the Fusion, you've got the Focus, the Escape. You go on, and then you top it off with that great-looking Mustang, an iconic car from back in the 60s.
Yeah, the Mustang's even newer for 17. They redid it a little bit, some new paint schemes and new wheels. Very sharp car.
One of the great things you have in Fairfield, great service after the sale. I know when I get my car service, they do a phenomenal job, and if you need a loaner, they'll help you out every step of the way and clean it up for you.
We've got a ton of loaners, and I've said it before, anybody can sell a car, but not everybody can service them the way we do. And that's what we hang our hat on.
And of course, the Auto Body Shop, 2 locations, 3600 West 4th, and down there at the Gold Strip, the former Toyota location. Guys do an amazing job. It looks brand spanking new when they get those dents out.
Yeah, we have our own paintless dent remover too. We have 4 paint booths, 4 sprayers, so we can handle a lot of body work, and we get it done.
Rick, congratulations on 30, and I know you're working in even more. We'll talk about it halftime. Let's keep Fairfield for fair deals moving.
Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it.
All right, we've got more coming up with the pregame. Don't go away.
Kiss 1027, the 80s to now.
Gary Crispin and Bay Bear Cable Sports, our 30th season, and we're back with the Rennie Road Armour All-State game from Milton High School. The Millionaires coming in 20-4, ranked as high as number 6 in some of the polls around Pennsylvania, that in the Philly area. And Penn Wood, they're the 7th place team, and of course the team out of District 1 Suburban Philadelphia. This is a club that the Millionaires will be playing for the 5th time. They've won 25 years ago, that in a first-round playoff game. All right, starting lineups for this ball game. AAA Travel starting lineups. And Penn Wood, the Patriots. Fitzgerald, Smalls, Purnell G, their impact player, along with Sean Anderson and Kyrie Jones. They're going to be getting the start in this game. For the Millionaires in our AAA Travel starting lineups for this ball game, let's take a look at their lineups. Brian Duvall sprained the ankle. Now we'll take a look and see if Duvall's going to be up to going tonight, and I think there's going to be a change. Daryl Wilson and fairly severely sprained ankle. Wilson gets the start. We'll see if Duvall will get a chance to play or not. Stanley Scott, the All-State candidate. And, of course, you've got the rest of the gang there. Rondell Carson and Kaim Ali. So there is the starting lineup. Marcus Simmons was the player that should have also been part of that as the point guard for this ball game today. All right, Paul McGinn and Aaron James are part of the broadcast from Piaa Sports Live, our streaming partner. And guys, your thoughts on today's game.
Hey, thanks, Gary. Paul McGinn here with Aaron James, Piaa Sports Live, WebWeeklyLive.com, and Cable Sports Productions. Aaron, I tell you what, we have a star-studded game here tonight between the Penwood Patriots and the Williamsport Millionaires. Look out for Penwood Patriots. They are District 1 7th place finisher, but they're a good team. Look out for Pernell G, as well as the guy coming off the bench, Goff, number 30. He's an impact player coming off the bench. What about the Millionaires?
And for the Millionaires, this team has been battle-tested since their opening game versus Reading in the York tip-off tournament. Along the way, during this 13-game win streak, they faced Loyalsock, they faced Delaware Valley, they faced Harrisburg. They have seen state title contenders, and regardless tonight, they are going to be ready to rock and roll versus Penwood team.
Absolutely, should be a good one. Gary, back to you.
All right, guys, we'll be checking back with you. Jahad Thomas, the former All-State great for the Millionaires, is the cherry and white are being introduced right now. He is here tonight. Mark Graves of that great 30-0 Millionaire team from 1984 is also part of the crowd here today at Milton High School. And here comes Kaim Ali.
Also over in the stands, I just saw walk-in Alizé Johnson.
Alizé,
St. John Newman.
All Missouri Valley Conference player from St. John Newman. And one of the top rebounders in America. What a junior season he had. First team All Missouri Valley Conference for Missouri State. And the Bears out in the Midwest. So there are a couple of guys we hope to get a chance to talk to. Big partisan Millionaire crowd here in Milton High School today. And we're set to tip her off as the Millionaires try to win their 21st. But they know that this is a club that has played together for a long time. And Matt Lindham, their first-year coach, 16-year assistant. Since 2001 was a volunteer assistant, 98 grad. And he's a guy that's been around the program, played here. And here, a little trivia. His mother is a Williamsport High School graduate right around 67, 68. So he's seen the Millionaires, used to come to Williamsport to visit his family, and knows a little bit about this team. It'll be Pernell G in the middle at 6'4" against Stan Scott at 6'4", jumping it up. First round, PIAA, the road to Hershey begins right here. Opening tip, pulled down, Jones. Ball's kicked out of bounds. And it comes back to the Patriots to start the ball game. The inbound's going to be Rashad Anderson. 6'4" forward. On the inbound, they come out front to Jones. Jones on the drive. Hit it, rejected by Rondell. Rondell Carson went up and got it, knocked it away. Big block by Carson.
I'll tell you what, that was a nice move to the basket. Number 3 is quick. And that's one of the personnel that the Millionaires have to cover with, and that time good job by the big man.
Here comes Scott, faced up by Anderson, one of their top defensive people. Not on the same page. They throw the ball away. Darrell Wilson getting the start in this ball game. That's a tough deal because Brian Duvall rolled the ankle against Hazleton. Did not even really take the gym until Friday, and obviously not ready to go to start. We'll see if he'll get a chance to even play today, and that's a big loss to their top defender. Up the middle, down the lane. Ball's got partially blocked that time, off the miss. Ali off the break. Carson missed a layup. Rebound kept alive, Millionaires. Ali got it back, tough miss there. Scott to Ali. They're set the offense early in this game. And Marcus Simmons, the young sophomore point guard, fronted by G. This is a club that will show you, man, they play a lot of zone. They'll switch up the defense. Matt Lindemann's team. There's the steal. That time Anderson gives it away on the layup by Pernell G, and we're tied at 2-2. Millionaires back down, touch last by the Patriots. And both teams want to get up and down and run, as you can see early. Breakneck speed.
This is a very fast game and a defensive game, believe it or not, so far with the speed. Both teams doing a good job of getting back.
2-2 ball game. Scoreboard is wrong. They haven't put the score up. 2-2 is our score. Off the drive. Scott, yes. The bucket counts. He's fouled, and Stanley to the line with a shot at a three-point play. Millionaires lead 4-2 in the ball game.
That foul's going to go against G, the high scorer from Penwood.
Let's double check. They've got 2-2 on the board. It should be. It would be now 3-2. It should be 4-2. There's another bucket that went in. Scoreboard's got it 3-2 Millionaires.
Now, Alan Taylor told me that Duval may be in the ball game. Don't be surprised if you see him in there. Stanley Scott gets called for the foul in the backcourt.
That bucket by Scott previous bucket did not count. 3-2 Millionaires, and that's what they have in the scoreboard right now. Bringing it down over the timeline. Off to that left wing, head of the circle, Smalls. Comes back, Anderson. Jumper from downtown, off the miss, will not go. Off Jones' shot.
That was a good rebound by Stanley Scott. That ball would have gone through. There was nothing there but blue shirts.
Scott tries to bring it down, get bumped at the head of the circle.
I think that was against Anderson, number one. Both these teams have to settle down. They're starting to commit fouls. The speed of this game is so fast.
Ball goes off the Millionaires. They brought Altamar Jason into the ball game. Millionaires starting to get guys in. Inbound, try to get it away to Jones. Whistle, bump, foul. And it's going to be a foul back the other way. It's going to go against Kyrie Jones, the 5'9" point guard for Penn Wood. 25 years ago, the Millionaires' heavy underdog upset the #1 team at a District 1 Penn Wood Elizabethtown College by 17. One of the great wins in Pete White's coaching career. Heavy underdog at 17-7. This club had only lost a couple, and I'll never forget that game some 25 years ago. First time they ever played. This team won Williamsport's Christmas tournament in 08 and beat the Millionaires in 2011 and 12. Jumper short by Scott. Rebound, Scott got it away back to Simmons. Penetrates, jumper good from 15.
Millionaires take a 5-2 lead and another throwaway. I'll tell you, the speed of this game and the defense of the Millionaires has Penn Woods not passing the ball well. Williamsport's in the passing lanes or think they can get it by them, and it's just not working. We'll go back down the other way.
They're going to bring in Javon Lindsay Terrell, 5.9 per game, comes into the ball game. This ball club dropping back in a 2-3 zone. They'll switch it up a lot. They'll go 1-3-1, 2-3. Play a lot of man. Right now, giving the Millionaires respect. There's a nice inlet pass that time to Carson, who lays it up and into the 7-2 lead.
That was Ali, I think, that had that entry pass that was set up that basket.
Good hand. Simmons kicked the ball away that time from Jones. It'll come back to the Patriots. 7-2 Millionaires. You're watching WebWeeklyLive.com and Facebook. Randy Rodarmel All-State Game of the Week live. We'll also replay it on Comcast 190 Sunday at 10, Monday at 7. Off the drive, Fitzgerald gives it back. Jumper deep. Shot won't go by Terrell. Rebound, Carson. Scott. Millionaires want to run. Great pass, baseline, penetration, alley, back to Carson, who draws the foul in the middle of the lane. And Rondell gets to the free throw line. Trying to extend that lead, it's 7-2.
Both these teams right now, with about half the first quarter over, have got to be taking a look at what do we do here to adjust to this team that we're playing. And Millionaires seem to be adjusting much better than Penn Wood.
Brian Campbell's going to come in. Game of the Week brought to you by Robinson Law. Working workers' compensation law firm for Eastern PA. No recovery, no fee, Robinson Law. 7-2 is our score. Rondell Carson, 11.1 per game. This is 2. Boy, free throws are so big in the postseason. You got to shoot well from the line. Smalls tied up. Campbell, who played a big role in the Hazelland game, coming off the bench. Put some heat on. Millionaires stay man, as they normally do. They've only gone zone a couple of times this season. They go head of the circle. Vincent Smalls up the lane. Dishes and deals. A whistle, a charge, and Carson hits the deck. Rondell Carson stepped in, the second foul there. And that'll be team foul 5 against the Patriots, down 5. The foul against Vincent Smalls.
And that's the adjustment factor. I think the Millionaires have adjusted much better to the defense of Penwood than Penwood has to the defense of the Millionaires. Penwood throwing the ball away a lot, not getting looks at the basket. Millionaire defense is really on top of them, and they may not have seen a defense this good throughout their entire season, even though they've played good teams.
Brian Duvall in the ball game, 0-0. He's their defender inside Carson. Did he take steps?
Yes.
And he did. He walked to the baseline, shuffled the feet, and they turned it over. Big Millionaire crowd here in Milton today. This is a home game for the District 4 team. Winner of this ball game, the team you would think it would be Allentown Allen. And they are really tough. There's a whistle, a block, and that time no.
Whoa.
As Carson that time couldn't get the charge. Almost an identical play, but he was a little late getting there. It's going to be a blocking foul against Rondell Carson.
Millionaires may have gotten a break, Penwood may have gotten a break here. I thought Rondell Carson was set, and the man just forced himself through.
We've got a quick timeout. Let's see if they take the 30. We will take a short 30-second timeout. This is the Rennie Road Armor Allstate Game of the Week. Millionaires, they're up by 5. Jim Moff & Associates, you've been at it for 30-plus years. The biggest kick you must get is helping so many people out achieve the proper retirement with the money they really need, right?
Correct. Now, there's some folks that really don't have a lot of assets, but we're able to help them to achieve financial success for retirement. A little bit of discipline and some savings each month will get them there.
Jim Moff & Associates, moffandassociates.com.
You know, when you talk pizza in Williamsport, you first talk about Park Pizza, a Billtown tradition since 1960. For the best in pizza, stromboli, and wings, you've got to believe it's Park Pizza. And now you've got to check out the brand new Behemoth, the giant 28-inch hand-tossed pizza, the largest hand-tossed pizza in the area. Park Pizza, take out, delivery, or dine in, Memorial Avenue, Williamsport. Call Scott today, 322-9024, Park Pizza.
Media timeout. Jumper on the right wing. Shot misses by Lindsey Terrell. A push and a whistle foul against the Patriots. We're going to walk back down the other way. It'll be their 16th foul of this ball game early. And the Millionaires are going to get it back 7-2. They lead in this ball game today against Penwood at a District 1. Here comes Simmons. Good length of this team. Keith Farmer now in, playing that point. They go 1-3-1 now. They've switched it up. 2-3-1-3-1 started man-to-man. The ball's kicked away by Farmer. Altamar Jason got it to Ali in the middle lane. Picks up the loose ball, had it rejected, and it was blocked. It will be a possession arrow. Millionaires that get it back again.
I'll tell you, right now you're seeing the Penwood team is playing a very physical game against the Millionaires, and they're picking up. They have 6 fouls already in this ballgame, but they are true fouls. They're going through the player instead of getting into position.
Ready play. They got it to Ali, and Kaim hits for a 9-2 lead. Millionaires by 7. off the double team. Millionaires try for the steal. They go baseline coming out to Vincent Smalls. Jumper, that's a 2 short off the miss. Farmer, putback, goes up by Anderson. It's a 9-4 ball game. Simmons. Darrell Wilson into the game. He's a zone buster, 3-point type score. Duvall is in, didn't start. He had the bad ankle all week. Good to see him into the game, not 100% though. Simmons tries to bust the zone. Trick kicks it away, the steal coming back down by Anderson. Stolen back by Ali. Ali loses the dribble and picks up the loose ball. And it's kicked away. Millionaires retain possession with 2:35 to play first period. And a fast-paced first quarter, Ben.
Yeah, Duvall just came off the floor. He has a slight limp going in. Alan Taylor told me before the game that Duvall was going to come into the ball game and they would see how he was doing, but he definitely planned on playing him. Took him out quick. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Stanley Scott from downtown won't go from 3. Rebound pulled back down the other way, Anderson. Jumper. From downtown, put back off the miss. Lindsey Terrell tried to put it back up that time. That was G. Whistle, a bump, and a foul. We're walking back down the other way. Millionaire's going to get to the bonus early.
That foul's going to go against Fitzgerald, number 15, and a good call. Got the arm when he was trying to go in and take the ball away, and I don't know, maybe they get away with a lot of this down in District 1, but they're good fouls. You have a District 4 officiating crew here, by the way.
To the line is Stan Scott. What an all-state year he had. He's number 4 all-time in career scoring in Williamsport history. And he's coming up that list in a lot of areas. Millionaires not helping themselves at the line in this ball game tonight. Millionaires are 1 out of 4. Good pressure. Pressure them almost to midcourt. Off the drive, Anderson. A bump before the shot. Foul against the Millionaires. Going to be their 3rd team foul of this ball game. They've not put this club to the line in this game yet. It'll be Anderson on the inbound. Rondell Carson replaces Campbell. You've got the original starting 5 in the game on the great inbound pass. Missed layup. G missed it. Back to Carson off the break. Rondell will get to the line in a 2-shot foul. And they've got 18 fouls early in this ball game, and that's a key. And
like I say, right there, that was body contact when he was in to take the shot. He had position. It was a good call by the official.
Game of the week brought to you by Harner's Sporting Goods. Home of the Play to Win halftime show. As Carson hits, Rondell has been, we talked about being the garbage man. He is just around the rim, plays much bigger than 6'2". Gives you 11.1 a game. It's the second. Carson's got 4. The Millionaires back to a 7-point lead, 11-4 in the game.
Penwood is not shooting well from the floor or in under the basket. They've missed a number of layups.
Anderson, G. There's a bump. We walk back down the other way.
Was that a foul? Or was that a travel?
That's going to be a turnover against
I think it's a
Penwood. 11-4. Simmons off the trap. Ball's kicked away. Millionaires going to get it back again. 11-4 ball game. Minute and a half left first period. First round PIAA road to Hershey. Scott on the inbound is Simmons. Boy, he's grown up at point guard for the Millionaires. Marcus Simmons, who started in football tail end of the year at wide receiver and D-back. Scott, Simmons, off the drive, up the lane, banks and hits. Pretty play for the sophomore, 13-4. Millionaires lead by 9.
Going to be a timeout. No, waiter. Alan Taylor needs a clarification, and so do we.
By the way, the Peter White Jr. alumni basketball games coming up June 3rd, Magic Dome. Williamsport Loyalsock will be telling you more about it at halftime. Off the drive, length of the court, pretty play. Kyrie Jones slips in for 2, cuts it back to 7, 13-6. Simmons coming left side. Scott, nothing but net. Stanley Scott knocks it down, a 10-point lead, 16-6. Matt Lindeman needs another timeout. Under a minute before the end of one. Millionaires by 10. This is the Rennie Road Armor Allstate Game of the Week. Are they taking? Rennie Road Armor is all about service. I know you've told me that for a long time. 8 out of 10 policy reviews your people do save people money. You got to be proud of that.
Yeah, we're really proud of that. And I think the biggest problem we have is getting people in here. They have a negative attitude and think that we're trying to sell them something. Keep in mind, a review is set up for one purpose. Make sure you have all the appropriate discounts. Make sure you're getting the best protection at the best possible price.
Okay, we're back. 16-6 is our score in this ball game. And there was a T-Babe. Let's talk about it. We go to the timeout, and a technical foul was called. Let's talk about it.
Well, they called a technical foul, and I don't know who the foul was called on. May have been called on the bench.
I think it was.
I don't know what happened or what was said, but you just saw the second of the two foul shots, and Penn Wood will get the ball back. And things like that can turn a game around.
No question.
That's not a good thing to happen at this stage of the game. I didn't see Alan Taylor look like he was a little surprised at the call.
I think everybody was surprised, and they called it T. Kind of a phantom T. We'll have to get a little discussion about that and find out exactly what that call was. Nobody seemed over here to know where the T came from, but it seemed to have come from the bench. Penn Wood got it to 9. It was a 10-point deficit a moment ago. Jones off the miss. Rebound put up, and he took steps.
Well, Jones took steps before that.
He took steps. Referee looked at it, didn't make the call. Millionaires got it back nevertheless. Simmons took a deep jumper as if it was the final play of the quarter, and I'm not sure why he took that, but he missed it badly. Way downtown, 16-7 off the drive. What a block by Ali. Simmons back the other way. Now there's 7 with 5. Ball's kicked away, Patriots. Millionaires get it back with 3.2 seconds and a 9-point lead. And we're still unsure where that T came from, but it appeared to have been called on a timeout taken and not in a position on the bench. I thought Matt Lindeman was taking a timeout.
Yeah, I did too. I didn't see anything happen.
Here comes Simmons inbound. Ali with 2. It counts. The floater will not go. And the Millionaires lead after 1 by 9. This is the Rennie Road Armor Allstate Game of the Week. You're watching live on Facebook and WebbWeeklyLive.com. We'll be back. Rennie Road Armor is all about service. I know you've told me that for a long time. 8 out of 10 policy reviews your people do save people money. You got to be proud of that.
Yeah, we're really proud of that, and I think the biggest problem we have is getting people in here. They have a negative attitude and think that we're trying to sell them something. Keep in mind, a review is set up for one purpose. Make sure you have all the appropriate discounts. Make sure you're getting the best protection at the best possible price.
When it comes to cars, there are so many options. But when it comes to people, there's only one dealership you can trust. Fairfield Auto Group is that dealership, the one that understands you. We aren't just a dealership. We are a part of your community. We are your neighbors. Fairfield, you're gonna love us.
Gary Chrisman, Babe Mayer, Cable Sports in our 30th season. PIAA first round road to Hershey. Well, that technical foul, apparently, everybody thought that Matt Lindeman called a timeout. I did too. And Elliott Walker walked out onto the floor, and that was what the technical foul was. He thought a timeout had been called, and apparently there wasn't a timeout. They took a quick timeout, but it was shooting a tee, and they picked up 1 point. They've cut it. So kind of a fluky play, 16-7. That's what happened. That's what the technical foul apparently was against Williamsport's bench. Fitzgerald giving it back to Smalls. Trying to go baseline against Scott, who denies the baseline. Back to Smalls again. Turns up, jumper will not go, and up in the air goes Stanley Scott. Scott gets it away to Ali. Ali turns back, cross court, Simmons.
Simmons will set it up. Millionaires, good job on that rebound, getting the ball back up court.
This ball club has gone 2-3-1-3-1. They started man. They go to Carson, who turns, head fakes, turns back on the right side off a great head fake, and banks it in. He's got 6. Boy, I tell you, how valuable is Rondell Carson for this team?
Well, I tell you, the Millionaires are not intimidated by the what is the bigger team of the two. All right, and a team that looks like they have a lot of skill, but they look like they're out of their environment here.
Scott, Ali. Good denial, and the steal stripped back down the other way by Pernell G. Away on the break, just like that is Kyrie Jones, and cutting it back to an 18-9 ball game. Here comes Simmons, back in a 2-3 zone now. Scott. Simmons. That's Darrell Wilson. He's a guy you like to get hot. He's been a zone buster throughout the year. There's a high alley low. What a pass! Scott slips down and jams it home.
And there's going to be a foul
at the tail end.
At the tail end, and I'm not sure who that's. It's going to go against Penn Wood, but I don't know who it's going against.
You know, that shot that Simmons took earlier may have been an attempt at the same thing.
Yeah.
And the Millionaire grounded their feet. Time called the short 30. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 20-9, Millionaires.
The new go-to place for great food in East End is 505. That's right, 505. 505 Washington Boulevard, 7 days a week. They have great steaks and pasta, great sandwiches and salads, homemade soups, amazing homemade cheesecake, and they also do catering. 505 at 505 Washington Boulevard. Right next door, don't forget about Boulevard Brews with a huge selection. 505.
We've got a ball game, 20-9 off a high feed, and that's one we want to see again if we can. Certainly one we'll see at halftime. What a lob, what an assist to Simmons, who was looking for Scott. In one motion, jammed it down, was fouled, and a shot at a three-point play. It's 20-9. You're talking about a highlight reel play there. Millionaires have this Penn Wood team running out of the gym right now. There it is again. There's a replay. A moment ago, what a pass by Simmons, the young sophomore point guard. Millionaires not helping themselves, though, at the line. Jarian White at the free throw line right now. They are 3 out of 7 in this ball game.
Generally, the foul line becomes very critical in the fourth quarter, but you can always look back at these fouls you missed at the beginning of the game, and you're right, Gary. They're not helping themselves.
They're up 11. Bringing it down, Jones. Tries to penetrate. Whistle, bump, foul, and Carson steps in and takes another charge.
And you know, that's been the game for Penn Wood. They're running through players. They're running through the opponent. And that's going to be a foul every time you see that happen. And, you know, it's almost like it's maybe they're used to playing with a lot of contact in a game, but that's not the rules.
Simmons right side. Jason in the ball game right now for the Williamsport Millionaires. Altamar Jason has been such a key this season for the Millionaires off that bench. And certainly in the last game, he and Campbell played a big role in that ball game. 20-9 our score. Time is called, and I'll tell you this time around we'll go to our sideline guys. And Mike, if we're all ready, we're going to come right out here, and we're going to throw it quickly to Paul McGinn and Aaron James with your thoughts early in this ball game, guys. All right, we're just going to go to you and give you an update.
Hey, thanks, Gary. Yeah, caught up there with Coach Taylor as he's urging his guys there after the timeout to keep playing tough defense and to stop missing out on some opportunities there early on. Some easy buckets they're missing out on. Aaron?
There at the end of the first quarter for the Penwood squad, some of the players were extremely upset on the bench about not getting certain calls, and the coach had to calm them down and say, simply, you play your game. That you are the one who controls your game. Get back to your game, and we can be back in this game in a second. So Penwood is just trying to calm their players down at this point.
Absolutely. And back to you, Gary.
All right, thanks, Paul. 20-9. Millionaires. Jerry and White are 3 out of 7 at the line. Penwood 1 out of 2 in this ball game.
You know, when you get into playoffs, you've got to adjust to the officiating, and that was a good point they made about Penwood, that they're not adjusting to it. And there's a turnover.
Off the break. Going up with him that time is Kyrie Jones. Gets to the line, but there's going to be a foul. And right now this team's playing Scott, box in 1. We're down here in the corner. It was hard to see, but now they've got a box in 1 on Scott. And they have slipped into that, trying to get the double team and shut down one of the top scorers in Millionaire history.
I tell you, Penwood isn't doing much better at the foul line or even from the field. Their shooting has just been horrendous here tonight. And a lot of that may have to do with the Millionaire defense.
Kyrie Jones, 8.9 per ball game. Will not go down. Jason clears, gives it away to Simmons, who put up a beautiful alley-oop lob pass. Sadly, Scott jammed down. A big-time monster dunk a moment ago. Giving it back to Ali. Down the lane, draws the foul. And, you know, they're double bonus rest of the way. And this is a Penwood team that may have to go deep to their bench in this game because they're getting a lot of guys in the foul problem right now early.
Well, that's 3 on Anderson. So you know, you're right that the fouls are piling up.
Ali rolls it up and in. 21-9 Millionaires Game of the Week brought to you by Jim Moff, Moff & Associates and MoffinAssociates.com. Retirement income planning for the Williamsport area. Ali's second shot will not go. Here comes Penwood, team that split with Chester this year. The team that beat Loyalsock in Philly last night, Delaware Valley Charter, beat Loyalsock by a bundle. Beat this team from Penwood by 11 in December. Near steal, loose ball picked up and put back in. Good play that time, Pernell G. Wisely picks it up. Gives you close to 11 a game. He was the impact player, the captain of this club. These guys have played together a lot of years. Here comes Scott. These guys have gone 2-3 last time down there in a box in 1. Giving it baseline off the pump fake, and Ali takes it straight up and gets to the line again. And now the Millionaires got to help themselves because they're only 4 out of 9 at the free throw line in this ball game.
That is 3 fouls. That is 3 fouls on number 22, which is Farmer, that came off the bench.
Ali puts it in. 22-11 is the score in this ball game.
Right now, Ali gets the second one to drop. Right now, Penn Woods is 3 for 16 from the field. They're shooting 18%.
Penwood gets some new people in. That's Lindsey Terrell back in the game. Head of the circle, Fitzgerald. Off the drive, up the lane. Got to be a whistle, a push, and a foul before the shot. Not in the bonus yet. That'll be team foul number 5. It's going to be the first foul against Jason.
Gary, they're going back to what I was saying. Millionaires are 6 for 10, shooting 60%. So you're getting...
One back, rebound. It will not stay in. Trying to get a three-point play.
Yeah.
That time, Chad Kaim, a sophomore inside, has come in. Got fouled on the way back up.
And you know, it's almost as if they're rushing their shots. The Millionaire defense is into their heads. They're rushing their shots, and you know, they have the ability to get clear just with their jumping ability and their physical talent that they have out on the field, out on the court. But the Millionaire defense has taken all that away from them.
23-11 is the score in this ball game. Should be getting another media timeout coming up. Second shot knocked down. 23-12 score in the game. Millionaires have led from the beginning.
They're back to a man defense.
Into the circle, Jason. That's Scott. Good defense now. They're in that box and one. Scott takes it down the lane and misses a layup. Matt Lindemann.
Millionaires will get it back.
And Matt's trying to call a timeout. He's going to take, I believe, the full minute, and he will. We'll take a timeout. 23-12. Scoring in this ball game. This is the Rennie Rhode Armel All-State Game of the Week.
Have you been injured on the job? Then let my 26 years of experience in workers' compensation guide you through the legal process. Conveniently located off the Golden Strip in Williamsport, Robinson Law is dedicated to workers' compensation.
Hi, my name is Paula Robinson of Robinson Law. I invite you to contact me regarding your work injury.
I promise to personally handle each case, offering both my compassion and experience.
Did you hear that? It sounds like great new deals at Cups, your vacuum center. We offer new and used vacuums from all of the best brands including Shark, Kirby, Dyson, Electrolux, Hoover, and many more. Got an old vacuum that needs repaired? Trust that our trained service repair technician will get it working like new again. For bags, belts, filters, repairs, and sales, trust Cups Vacuum Center, located at 1001 Washington Boulevard.
We're back. Milton High School, Gary Crispin and Babe Mayer, Cable Sports, and our Rennie Rhode Armel All-State Game of the Week. Millionaires lead 23-12. First round of the PIAA. Watching live on WebbWeeklyLive.com or streaming partner PA Sports Live. And, of course, on Facebook. And you can watch it anytime, not only live, but after the fact. Anytime you'll be able to watch this ball game. Scott in the inbound play. They mixed up the defense, came man. They're running 2-3, and they've also gone box and one, trying to take Scott out of it and double him up.
You know, you almost wonder if maybe they're running too many different defenses. It really doesn't have an effect on the Millionaires. And, you know, maybe they ought to go with what is their best defense.
Ball's kicked away. It's going to come back to Williamsport. This game started in a hurry. You talk about up and down, and now settling down a bit. 23-12. Scoring the game on the inbound. Millionaires at times this year would get leads on team and not have the killer instinct to put a team away. And you can't let Penwood get back in this game. And they take the steal there. Fitzgerald. Loose ball picked up. That time Kaim. Jumper from downtown from three won't go off the miss. Lindsey Terrell, the Millionaires have it back. Here comes Scott's going to be clipped and fouled. And the foul coming down by Javon Lindsey Terrell. This club normally goes 8 deep. They've gone to the bench a bit. They also have
Well, they better go 8 deep. They have 3 guys with 3 fouls here in the first half of the ball game.
They've got a big guy named Kenny DeGama, 6'2", 245, defensive lineman headed to the Air Force Academy in football. Game of the week brought to you by Kiss FM and the Crispin Show. We've got some great things. You're going to get a chance to win coming up here in the spring of 2017. Pretty exciting. We'll be telling you about on Kiss FM, the 80s to now. Struggling at the line. Carson got the rebound, and then the putback block is made by Penwood. Off the drive, dishing, driving, and the putback is up. And good that time. Pretty play by Pernell G off a miss after a block shot by the Millionaires. Here comes Scott walking it up. They've cut it to a 24-14 ball game.
Another kick. Millionaires will get it out of from the baseline.
This started out like it's going to be a high-scoring game, and now it's not. Only 24-14. Millionaires led after 116-7. Well, lower scoring second period. But they are 6 right now out of 11 at the free throw line. Jason, penetration, jumper will not go. Rebound pulled down, and Penwood's got it back. Running it up is Kyrie Jones, their point guard at 5'9". Harassed out front by Jason. Giving it back, Fitzgerald, jumper goes, a 3, and they cut it back. 24-17, back to 7. They haven't been that close in a while. Scott fading short. Keep it alive, Carson. Rondell back to Scott. Steal, Penwood. The break. Jones gives it away for the layup. Pretty play to Fitzgerald, and the Millionaires may need a timeout. 24-19.
Now, this is Penwood has this ability on the floor. So far, the defense of the Millionaires has taken it away from them, but now you're starting to see a little bit of shift in momentum here.
Millionaires are led by a dozen points. Carson penetrates, shot would not go. Penwood got the rebound. Coming back the other way, Jones. Jumper from downtown, short. Off the miss by Lindsey Terrell. Whistle a bump, a foul. It's the second personal foul against that ball player from Penwood. As we come back down, it's going to be Fitzgerald. And with 1:19 left until halftime.
Now, that's going to go against Nagima. You can help me with the name here. Is that the guy that's going to Air Force Academy?
That's right, Kenny Nagama, number 25. Kenny Nagama is number 25, and he's a senior defensive lineman and a good one going to Air Force. That's Nagama that got the rebound.
I'll tell you right, the Millionaires, you're absolutely right, Gary, are not shooting well from the foul line, and that could come back to bite them.
Tyree Jones. They hand it back off to Lindsey Terrell. Jones, right side, jumper from downtown to 3. That time will not go by Fitzgerald. Here comes Scott, under a minute. Millionaires' lead has been cut down. Campbell underneath. Carson turns, hooks, and it will not stay. Rebound pulled out. Penwood stirred the momentum of the ball game back. Jones off the break, dishes and dives. What a play off the drive to cut it to 3, 24-21.
All right, the Millionaires got to settle down, and they got to get back into the rhythm.
3-point ball game, 30 seconds on the clock, and the Millionaires have managed only 8 points in this second period. Millionaires playing for the final shot. Penwood backed into the 2-3 zone. Scott and Jason with 8. Jumper from downtown. Scott won't go with 2, with 1. It counts. Almost went in. And a Millionaire lead of 12 is down to 3. It's halftime. A lower scoring first half than you would have thought. 24-21 is the score in this ball game. All right, we're going to go to Paul McGinn and Alan Taylor, who is not happy with his team's performance in the last couple of minutes. Let's go back and let's go out here to Paul McGinn right now, and let's talk to Alan Taylor.
All right, thanks, Gary. We're here courtside with Coach Taylor. Coach, I know that was a tough way to end the first half, but give me your thoughts here on the first half that's going to help you get back into this game, get the lead, and take on and win this game here against Penwood here today.
So all we got to do is just make layups and make smarter decisions. Right now, we're helping Penwood stay in the game. This should be a 20-point blowout right now.
All right, thanks, Coach Taylor. Appreciate it. Back to you, Gary.
All right, Paul, we're going to take a timeout. 24-21 is our score. And Millionaires hanging on by 3 at halftime. This is the Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week. Harder's Play to Win halftime shows coming up next. Rennie Road Armel All-State Insurance. It's all about family, all about service. Jessica Steinbacher, you're here a lot of years as the office manager. Who are the other ladies that are right here with you?
Well, off to my left is Sheila Hunter. She's been with us about 10 years now. She's a customer service representative. And this is Becca Berry. She's our front desk go-to person. And they're both integral parts of our everyday flow here at the office.
You know, you have a lot of benefits here at Rennie Road Armel All-State. One is the Drive-In Claim Center. Explain that to me.
Yes, we have an adjuster here twice a week that will actually inspect the damage to your vehicle locally, conveniently for you.
And what about claim satisfaction guarantee?
If you are in any way dissatisfied with the way Allstate handled your claim, we will reimburse you your 6-month premium on that vehicle the claim occurred.
Those are some of the great benefits. Rennie Road Armor, Allstate Insurance.
Ray-Ban, Nike, Polo Ralph Lauren, Maui Jim, Costa, Gucci, Wiley X. Price Optical has the widest selection of sunglass eyewear in the area. Attention gas workers and outdoorsmen and women. Wiley X sunglasses are ANSI safety rated and military ballistic certified. At Price Optical, we set our sights on your vision. Our focus is on providing you complete quality eyewear. Price Optical, for the finest in eyewear.
Rainbow Carpet, your flooring headquarters for over 20 years in Central PA, has you covered for all the new flooring designs. The Masser family will help you every step of the way with those new creative ideas. From carpeting, ceramic tile, laminate, vinyl, hardwoods, including exotic hardwoods like bamboo and Brazilian cherry. And their carpet and cleaning service and water and fire restoration is second to none. For all your flooring needs, see Tony, Mary, Anthony, and John, the Masser family at Rainbow Carpet.
Welcome to the Harder's Halftime Show. I'm Dennis. This is Scott from Harder Sporting Goods. At the beginning of the year, every team needs to raise funds. At Harder's, they put the fun back in fundraising. You go to PABooster.com where you select some products and a design. We help you sell it, we bag it, we sort it, we drop it off with a check to your organization. And you know, Dennis, what they can do with that check is you can come here to Harder Sporting Goods. We've been your baseball headquarters for years and years. And now, we'd like you to know that we're your headquarters for football and soccer and wrestling, any fall sport, winter sport, spring sport, we can take care of your needs. We're here at Harder Sporting Goods, and we're your hometown sporting goods store. Come see us at Harder Sporting Goods, 2098 Lycoming Creek Road, where we play to win.
It's been 8 decades since these Williamsport teams recorded similar championship football and basketball seasons. This past season, the 2016 Millionaire football team compiled a 9-1 regular season record and a 12-2 overall record, winning the district championship and advancing to the Piaa state football quarterfinals. 8 decades earlier, this Millionaire football team posted a 10-0 overall record prior to the present state playoff system. They are the last undefeated Williamsport football team. This year, the 2016-17 Millionaire basketball team compiled an 18-4 regular season record, winning the District 4 championship and a 20-4 overall record to date. 8 decades earlier, the Millionaires finished a regular season with an 18-4 record, winning the district championship and an overall record of 21-5, advancing to the Piaa state basketball quarterfinals. In what year, 8 decades ago, did the Millionaires post their record-setting football and basketball season? Well, stay tuned for more of the halftime show and the answer coming up right after these messages.
And we're back here on the Fairfield Auto Group halftime show with Rick Quigley, longtime GM at Fairfield, 30-plus years in this business. And I'll tell you, Rick, you guys continue to expand. We're down at the end of the county. You guys pretty much own it with the locations right here at the Halls-Pennsdale exit off I-180.
Well, that's right, Gary. We've got our Hyundai store across the street. We have Toyota right here, and behind me is Honda. And at the end of the cul-de-sac is going to be our brand new BMW store, which we've already broken ground, and they're clearing that off right now as we speak.
Yeah, and that's bigger and better than ever, meaning you're selling a lot, meaning they want to put more cars here. That's huge. A luxury model that people love.
Yeah, BMW has done very well, and their forecast for BMW is to do exceptionally well over the next few years. They've got a lot of new brands coming out, new models, and it's the only luxury brand in this market.
Great thing about it, too, you've got locations over this entire region of Central PA, and one of the newest is down in Lewisburg, state-of-the-art facility for Chevy and Caddy.
Yeah, finished the Chevy Cadillac store last year, have a huge parking lot across the street, hold up to 500 cars, and doing very well with a great display there.
And the Kaiser boys, they've got a location in Danville in the Muncie area, Route 405. You've got the Dodge and you've got Jeep and everything there. And, of course, Fairfield Ford implements Ford at the Auto Mall with BMW moving here and Volkswagen down there, too. And that's a great location.
It is a great location, and having Ford up the other end of the county certainly helps. We have both ends covered for our customers.
Rick, you're all over it. Let's get 30 more years coming for Fairfield.
That's what we're here for. Thanks.
Congratulations, and make it Fairfield for fair deals. Dolly's Diner behind Rita's Italian Ice just off the Golden Strip is Loyal Sock's answer to cheers, where everyone knows your name. For the best in home-style breakfast and lunch, 7 days a week, 5 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Dolly's Diner, homemade breakfast, homemade lunches here in Loyal Sock Township, and where any food worth eating a lot of.
Dolly's Diner behind Rita's just off the Golden Strip. You've known them for more than 50-plus years in the Williamsport area. Alvarado Construction, offering extensive design and build services throughout Pennsylvania. Commercial builds from Starbucks to Panera and so much more. John Alvarado, now you're adding residential, and some of the finest homes are going to be built by you guys.
We've been doing residential design and construction work for about the last 4 years, partnered with a firm called Scholes Design, who is a residential architectural firm, probably the premier firm in the country. Have an extensive catalog of their designs, as well as we have the ability to do our own custom designs as well.
And remodeling, a rebuild of a house to change the look.
Yeah, both interior or exterior. We did the kitchen makeover last year with your crew.
Yeah, the Kiss FM kitchen makeover, what a success. Boy, that was a happy family in South Williamsport.
Great project, gave them a new kitchen in about 3 days. That was great. The exterior renovation work we've been doing has been everything from brick, stucco, stone, new facelifts for your home.
So, for a new build, commercial or now residential, make it Alvarado Construction for the finest in central Pennsylvania. Hey, play to win halftime show. We are back. We are live. We're trying to get our guys, they're signing autographs over there, I think. Gary Crispin, Babe Mayer, it's a 3-point ball game. All of a sudden, things changed in a hurry. And we've got a couple of guests coming up. You talk about River Valley Transit big play. Here's a big play to take a look at. The alley-oop, Marcus Simmons to Stanley Scott, and this team was back on their heels. Millionaires was running Penn Woods out of the gym. What a lob pass. And they got them down 12 points in the ball game a couple of times, double-digit lead. It has now dwindled to 3, but the Millionaires have killed themselves at the line. 7 out of 15. Scott with 9 points, and pretty balanced lineup for Penn Wood. That is the story, Babe, in this first half.
Well, the only thing you can say on the positive side for the Millionaires, because they gave up a lot in that second quarter, is that there are 3 Penwood players with 3 fouls, and they're going to have to watch themselves with the foul situation. Committed a ton of fouls in the first half.
I'll tell you what, we're going to run quick. Let's go to Paul and let's go to Aaron. We've got Alize Johnson of Missouri State out of Newman, Jahad Thomas at UMass Lowell, and former Millionaire great Mark Graves of the 84-30-0 team. We're talking to the guys. Let's go to them right now.
Thank you, Gary. We're here with Mark Graves, the 1984 Williamsport Millionaire basketball player, and obviously the Division I standout Alize Johnson here, formerly the St. John Newman Knights. What are you guys' thoughts on the first half thus far?
I've seen a really good game. Just a couple turnovers by Williamsport, but nothing they can't handle. I think they'll come out this half and play aggressive. I like Coach T's idea to man up and, deny the basketball. And just him bringing in the younger players to get some experience. I think it's really good for the team.
Yeah, and we have Mark Graves here from the 1984 team. Mark, your thoughts there on the first half?
I agree. They got a little sloppy at the end there, but they look like they're primed and ready. I like the little point guard. He reminds me of me, so I'm wishing him luck.
Yeah, we have a 24-21 here, halftime lead by the Millionaires. We'll throw it back to Gary.
All right, thank you, Paul. Babe, who is he? Where is he now? Let's get the answer. Here we go.
Well, who was a team 8 decades ago who had a similar season to the Millionaires football and basketball successful season this year? Well, if you guessed the 1945-46 Millionaires, you were correct. Very similar. In the 1945-46 Millionaires teams featured future Pitt player and head coach Carl DePasqua, Dick Raymond, who played on Cornell's powerhouse two-time Ivy League football championship team, basketball center Wes Myers, and local attorney Henry Percivali. 3 of these players received first-team All-State honors and won in one or both sports. One was honorable mention. The 1945-46 football and basketball teams, this week's Rennie Rhode Armour All-State Insurance. Who are they and where are they now, Gary?
Well, I tell you, that's some great memories. We talked to those guys, remember, a few years ago, talking about some great teams back in 45 and 46. Now, we were not around to remember those teams. Well, you might have been.
No, I wasn't.
We're going to take a timeout. Millionaires up only 3. We'll be back. This has been the Harders Play to Win halftime show.
Hi, this is Scott from Harder Sporting Goods. You've known us as your baseball headquarters for years, but now we'd like you to know we have a full line of football equipment like Under Armour cleats, receivers gloves, shoulder pads, pants, anything that you need for your individual or team needs. And also we can do your rewards for your end of the year banquets. Come see us at Harder Sporting Goods, 2098 Lycoming Creek Road, where we play to win.
Son, it's time to learn how to change a tire. Let's see. I know it's in here. Oh, here we go. Then you want the, no, maybe that's what this is for. Oh, listen, come on. Are you getting any of this?
Dad, I sent our GPS location to AAA 20 minutes ago.
Really?
You gave me a AAA card, remember?
You trust AAA with your car. Now let AAA Travel handle your vacation plan. Don't go to strangers. Go to AAA Travel. Jim Moff & Associates. You've been at it for 30-plus years. The biggest kick you must get is helping so many people out achieve the proper retirement with the money they really need, right?
Correct. Now, there's some folks that really don't have a lot of assets, but we're able to help them to achieve financial success for retirement. A little bit of discipline and some savings each month will get them there.
Jim Moff & Associates, moffandassociates.com. Well, it's a Millionaire basketball team that had led by a dozen. It's now a 3-point game. And the Millionaires scored but 8 points in that third period. It did not help themselves at the free throw line. And at the free throw line, they are 7 out of 15. And here we go. Second half, first round PIAA and the road to Hershey. Gary Crispin and Bay Bear.
You know, the Millionaires dominated their style of play for almost probably about a quarter and a half, and then it just all broke down following a technical foul.
Purnell G is a guy that's guarding Scott. They come out man-to-man. They went to a 2-3. They're in a box and one at one point as they doubled up Scott. There's Wilson. They need his three-point shooting. The shot wouldn't go. The rebound, Purnell G. Coming down's Kyrie Jones running the point. Jones against Simmons. Head of the circle, left-hand side, coming out to Fitzgerald. Off the steal, Rondell Carson takes it up and lays it. Would not stay. Second time that's happened today. And you're hoping that's not a bad omen. That ball spun right back out again. We've missed 2 very close layups on breakaways the same way.
I think they're rushing their shots. Both these teams are good shot blockers. They can get up in the air, and I think these guys are rushing their shots just a little bit. There's one right there.
That time, G. Scott got the rebound off the miss by G. Scott up the lane. Hangs and it will not go, draws the foul, and now needs to help himself at the free throw line for a club that is only 7 out of 15 at the free throw line in this ball game.
That's going to go against number 13. That'll be his second, and that's G, the big guy who's the scoring leader in this team. Hasn't done a lot here tonight, though.
Stanley Scott, the All-State candidate. You talk about all-time in Millionaire history, 1195. He came in number 5 all-time in scoring. He's number 16 in points scored in a season. Everything he makes, he goes up that list. He went by Jason Bullock to move to number 5. He's behind Darrell Blackman as he hits that second. 25-21, Millionaires by 4. That's Jones coming back to G. Jones. Going to be a bump and a foul.
Yeah, Jones put a hand out and kind of pushed the man away as he went around him. There was no need to do it. He had him beat.
It's actually going to be Nagama that's going to pick up the foul. And Kenny Nagama off the push-off, his second personal foul and team foul 2. Here comes Simmons. Club's backed into a 2-3 again.
Much different start to this second half than what we saw at the beginning of the ball game. It was a horse race at the beginning.
Stops, knocks down the 3, and they needed that. He's got 13 in the ball game, 28-21. Off the drive, partially blocked. Scott got a piece of it, and then the putback by Smalls. And a short timeout. The 30 will take time. 28-23 score in the ball game. Millionaires by 5. This is the Rennie Road Armor All-State Game of the Week.
Have you been injured on the job? Then let my 26 years of experience in workers' compensation guide you through the legal process. Conveniently located off the Golden Strip in Williamsport, Robinson Law is dedicated to workers' compensation.
Hi, my name is Paula Robinson of Robinson Law. I invite you to contact me regarding your work injury.
I promise to personally handle each case, offering both my compassion and experience.
And again, we're back. Piaa first round playoff game, 28-23, our score in this game. 6:01 to play third period. Gary Crispin, Babe Mayer, in our Rennie Road Armor All-State game. Watching live on PA Sports Live, our streaming partner, WebbWeeklyLive.com, and of course on Facebook. Ali. Back to Simmons. Now they're coming out trying to trap and double the ball. They go to a lot of defenses. Free from 3. Wilson won't go. His second three-point miss of the day. They got it away to Jones. That's the guy they want to get hot. He's the zone buster. Off the lane drive, Jones. Kick out. Wilson got the rebound. Stanley off the drive. Reverse layup will not stay in. Smalls. The block by Ali. Big time play. Great pass, Scott. Ali won't stay. They missed 3 or 4 big layups like that in key situations. And that's big.
Yeah, that time Ali commits the foul on the way down, and he'll take the ball up the other way.
That is his third personal foul of the ball game, so you miss one down here, would not stay. Carson had missed a layup previous to that, and then you reach back in and foul. So now he's got 3 personals, 28-23, and that's big.
Yeah.
You want to keep those big 3 on the floor in Carson, Scott, and Ali. And they're going to have to get some guys into the ball game. Altamar Jason comes in, the 6'3" junior. And Ali is going to have to sit for a moment.
You know, you wonder if these guys didn't run themselves off the court in the first half. This is like a slow motion game to what we saw in the first quarter.
Simmons to Jason, off the trap. Free is Campbell, shot won't stay. High rebound comes back to Fitzgerald. Jones running the point. Smalls. The dish is stolen by Wilson. Darrell Wilson off the break, had it kicked and out of bounds that time off a good defensive play by Jay Fitzgerald with 4.5 to play in the third. And Matt Lindemann's going to bring in Javon Lindsay Terrell again. Penwood is 18-8. They won the state title in 09, runner-up in 2010. They had a great run between 08 and 2011, and this is their first time back in the PIAA. Since then, Matt Lindemann, his first year as head coach, he was an assistant since college in 2001 and played for this team. This club has played together, senior-laden team, a lot of good chemistry. Wilson takes a 3 again, trying to find his range. Jason got up in the air, kept it alive. It's kicked away. Millionaires get it back.
I'll tell you what, Jason did a good job there of keeping that ball alive, as you mentioned, and the Millionaires will get it back.
Millionaires had led at one point, 21-9, a 12-point lead. And then they couldn't buy a bucket that time. The travel, the up and down, and a good defensive play forced that off a partial block. And Scott lost the handle. That's good defense by Penn Wood again. Penn Wood in the inbound. Kyrie Jones, 5'9" senior point guard, nearly 9 again, fronted by the sophomore Simmons. Off the high ball screen, strip Campbell. They're going to get him in a reach-in foul against Brandon Campbell, I should say. That's tough. Brandon Campbell reached in, and the foul against Campbell.
All he got to do is touch the man, and that would be a foul.
We're going to take a timeout, the full minute timeout, the media timeout, 28-23, Millionaires by 5. This is the Rennie Road Armor Allstate Game of the Week.
For the finest detail in handcrafted jewelry, there is one name to know. Blair Brothers Goldsmiths, Oaks Plaza, East 3rd, Golden Strip in Williamsport. Let them make you an original. And remember, they are your diamond headquarters. Absolutely the best prices, bar none, on diamonds anywhere in Central PA. And of course, the finest gemstones in the world today, from sapphires to tanzanite. Now is the time to let them make you an original. Blair Brothers Goldsmiths, your diamond headquarters, Golden Strip.
You've known the name for more than 50 years. Alvarado Construction, offering extensive design and build services all over Pennsylvania. John Alvarado, now you're doing even more residential.
We've partnered with Scholl's Design, a residential architectural firm, offering designs out of their catalog. Also have the ability to do a custom design in-house for a client.
And a remodel, like the Kiss FM home makeover, a huge success.
That was a great project. Gave them a new kitchen in about 3 days.
Alvarado Construction for residential and commercial builds. So here come the Millionaires after the timeout. They're up 5, 28-23. They raced out to a 16-7 first quarter lead. And they've only scored 12 points since then, and we're midway through the third period.
Well, at halftime, you saw a dramatic change.
Ball kicked away. Anderson had it. Tipped. Millionaires going to get it back. Good defense.
Yeah, I don't know what. It was obvious that when he touched that ball, there was nobody else to touch it, but he left it go out of bounds. And what I was saying was at halftime, the Millionaires shot 50% from the field and Penn Wood 32%. And that sounds like you got a good advantage. But at one time, Penn Wood was only shooting 18% from the field.
Great steal that time. Lindsey Terrell got it away, and then they turned it back over. Not getting possession is Jason, but good hustle by Altamar that nearly had the steal. And they give it right back to Penn Wood, but good hustle there. Millionaires need a big play to ignite them, like that alley-oop. They got him out to a 12-point lead on a high lob from Simmons, baseline. Kick out. All alone from three. He'll take the lane drive and lay it up and in. Nice play, Javon Lindsey Terrell. Good play, Terrell. It's back to a three-point game, 28-25. Penn Wood has played a really tough schedule coming in out of District 1, as you would think, out of suburban Philly. A lot of those tough teams. There's a kick out. Scott. They need Scott to take over on that little hop step. Hangs and hits. Barry Scott. It's 30-25, and now Alan Taylor is going to take this short timeout. We'll pause for 30. Millionaires by 5. This is the Rennie Road Armor Allstate Game of the Week.
The new go-to place for great food in East End is 505. That's right, 505. 505 Washington Boulevard, 7 days a week. They have great steaks and pasta, great sandwiches and salads, homemade soups, amazing homemade cheesecake, and they also do catering. 505 at 505 Washington Boulevard. Right next door, don't forget about Boulevard Brews with a huge selection. 505.
Big timeout, Alan Taylor a moment ago. 30-25, Millionaires by 5. 3:03 left, third period. The road to Hershey. Cable Sports in our 30th year. Here comes Penn Wood. Patriots lead in the series. They won 3, lost 1 25 years ago, and the Eastern quarterfinals at Elizabethtown. Pete White's team shocked this club that had been one of the top-ranked teams in Pennsylvania. We were only 17-7 off the miss. Millionaires beat them by 17 that night.
Yeah, I'm really surprised.
Off the drive, Scott is fouled.
I'm really surprised that Penwood is taking so many three-point shots from the outside. It's not that they have everything crowded into the inside. I think they have the better height and more jumpers than the Millionaires have, although the Millionaires are good. I'm not taking that away from them. But Stanley Scott's usually out in the perimeter and not underneath. If I were them, I'd forget the three, get inside, shoot the two, try to get the rebound if you miss it and put it back.
And also try to get them in foul trouble.
Yeah, right.
Wilson off the left wing. Simmons running that point. Millionaires. They're back into 2-3. Good hands. Kick out and a near steal. Jones. Good job by Jones. Millionaires turned it over. They touched it last, and that was the quick reflexes of Kyrie Jones playing out there in that 2-3 zone.
And that's going to be a foul that will go against Stanley Scott. That's only his second.
Here comes Jones. Into the circle off the high screen. Jumper from downtown won't go. The miss that time, Fitzgerald. Millionaires running. Jason had it stripped away by Fitzgerald. Off the break, Smalls finishes on the other end, and it's back to a three-point game. 30-27. Simmons nearly had it stolen in the backcourt. The Millionaires are just hanging on in this game. It's another bump and a foul.
All right, that foul is going to go against Smalls, and I think that's his fourth. Yes, it is.
Smalls looks like double checking. That's Kyrie Jones is going to get the foul. And Jones will have his second personal foul of the ball game.
You're right. I was looking at it backwards. That is only his second.
30-27. Millionaires, they need somebody to step up and take over this game. Scott brings it down now. Scott's got 13 in the ball game. Simmons trying to get that trap. Somebody's got to be open. Carson turned right into the zone and took steps. And a good job defensively put on.
Penwood is playing much better defense in this half than what they did in the first half of the ball game.
Here comes Kyrie Jones right now. Penwood's playing like a team that wants to win a little bit more right now. They seem to have a little bit of an edge. That's going to be a palm. He carried the ball, and Jones turned it over. So now they're trading turnovers in this ball game.
And the Millionaires are now playing the Penwood's style of play, and they really got to get themselves back together. They were playing Millionaire basketball in the first quarter. They've got to get back to that Millionaire basketball.
Here comes Simmons. They break the stripe. Scott. It's that trap pressure. Wilson in the corners, 0 for 3 from out there. Three-point land. Simmons, somebody's got to be free. Trying to get somebody to break to the bucket. They need somebody to open that zone up. Stepping back, Simmons. Boy, they're cold from downtown. Off the break, Fitzgerald. Running transition, steal Simmons. Wide open, Scott. 1-on-2. Loose ball picked up. Rondell.
Good play.
Steps in and makes the play.
That's classic Rondell Carson. Yes, it was.
And that time it stayed in. 32-27. He's had a couple that just rimmed all the way around and came out. Deep step back jumper won't go. Off the miss, Pernell G. Ball's kicked away. Millionaires will get it back. With 41.4 left, third period. Anybody's game. The Cherry and White by 5. And Simmons now looks like he may have rolled the ankle. A little gimpy coming down.
He's limping. He's going back to the trainer.
Here comes Scott. Wilson. Carson off the finish.
And nice entry pass by Wilson.
Got the ball. 10 points and a 7-point lead.
Got the ball where his man could catch it and the defensive man couldn't get at it. And easy layup then for Rondell.
With the basketball, 10 seconds. That's Jones off the high screen to Gama. Jones going to force it up with 3 off the front of the rim. Put back, Fitzgerald couldn't get it. They run out of time, and the Millionaires turn for a home by 7. They lead. The Rennie Road Armor All-State game you're watching live on WebbWeeklyLive.com and Facebook. Return for a home. Millionaires by 7. We'll be back. Rennie Road Armor, 38 years and going strong. #1 in Pennsylvania, top 10 in the nation. What makes this place so successful?
I think it's the attitude and how we treat clients. We treat them not as clients or customers, but as friends and family. We take a lot of pride of always being there to help them. We're always available on our business or cell phone. It's a job of taking care of people. It's a job of being there when they need you.
For over 30 years, Fairfield Auto Group has had an unyielding commitment to hometown values. And we know how important those are to you. At Fairfield, cars cost less, but our service remains unrivaled. Fairfield for fair deals. Fairfield. You're gonna love us.
We've got a ball game. Millionaires by 7. They've been able to open the lead back up again. And of course, it was down to a 3-point game again. 34-27 our score in this ball game.
Now, this is the quarter, though. The Millionaires are going to have to really play good basketball. This is where they lost it in the first half, was in the second quarter. And they had a much better lead than what they have right now. But, in the second half of this second half, they're going to have to play some good basketball.
Vincent Smalls off the steal. Here comes Scott. Off the break, Wilson finishes. Good job, Stanley leading Wilson down. It's a 9-point game, and they haven't been up by this much in quite a while. Off the steal again. Millionaires get it back. Ali, 36-27.
Good block there by, it may have been Wilson.
Carson puts it up. Millionaires took it away. And now time called. Matt Lindemann's got to talk about it. Carrion Ryder back by 11. 38-27. 7.5 to play. We're going to take a timeout. This is the Rennie Road Armor All-State Game of the Week.
Did you hear that? It sounds like great new deals at Cups, your vacuum center. We offer new and used vacuums from all of the best brands including Shark, Kirby, Dyson, Electrolux, Hoover, and many more. Got an old vacuum that needs repaired? Trust that our trained service repair technician will get it working like new again. For bags, belts, filters, repairs, and sales, trust Cups Vacuum Center, located at 1001 Washington Boulevard.
We're back, Magic Dome. Let's go down to Paul and Aaron with an update. You were checking out the huddles on both sides. What are the guys saying?
Yeah, thanks, Gary. Coach Taylor encouraging his guys to keep doing what they do best. That's play tough defense, and as long as they're making layups, no one can stop them. Aaron?
Over on Penwood's bench, the players are still bickering a little bit, but the coach finally came in and shut them down and said, you guys gotta believe. This is all on you from this point on. Go out there and win and show you want to win this game and continue in the state tourney.
All right, back to you, Gary.
All right, guys. 38-27 Millionaires. Off the Millionaire trap pressure at midcourt, near steal, and now they got it. Ali again. Ali tried to bounce past to Scott and threw the ball away, and nobody touched it. And it goes back to the Patriots with 7:14 to play, and the Cherry and White up 11. It'll be Fitzgerald on the inbound for the 18-8, 7th place team out of District 1. It seems 10 teams get in out of District 1 in suburban Philly, and only 1 get in for District 4, too. But that's how it is with that population, that caliber team. Millionaires almost had the steal.
Yeah, Altamar had the ball, but he slid across the floor on the takeaway.
Inbound Anderson. Ali on him. Kick out, Kyrie Jones. Slipped a bit, out of control, and gets hooked and fouled, and I believe they're going to look at Altamar Jason with 7:02 left in this ball game. Trying to get to the second round. William Allen out of Allentown, one of the top teams in the state, could be next if they could advance here, but they've got 7:02 to play in this ball game. Foul Millionaires a moment ago against Rondell Carson. Good defense off the trap. Wilson in. That time shuffling the feet. No travel call off the miss that time by Anderson. Good hustle, getting it back and putting it in. Javon Lindsay Terrell to cut it back. 38-29, 9-point game.
Full court pressure here by Penn Wood, and we haven't seen a lot of that in the ball game out of them.
Little look away pass, trying to go to Rondell and slip it to him at the baseline. Good hands in there that time. Knocking it away as Pernell G got a hand on it. Millionaires get it back underneath their own hoop with 6.5 to play. Simmons rolled his ankle. He came out for a moment. I looked down and I gave him the thumbs up. He said he's okay. He's back in. Millionaire bench right next to us. Deep jumper Wilson. Boy, he is due. Carson got it back and had it rejected. Carson again blocked the second time, and the rebound comes down to Kyrie Jones off the break. Loses the handle, touch last by Carson, and the Millionaires are going to play defense underneath the Patriots hoop. They've cut it to a 9-point game. Got as close as 3. Downtown jumper short. Off the miss, Fitzgerald. Wilson gives it away. Ali finishes. He's nice. And it counts. Good play. Wilson got it to Ali. And it's a 40-29, 11-point lead. Largest lead they had was at 12.
A nice play on both sides. A nice job getting the ball to Ali and a nice finish by Ali.
Millionaires not helping themselves the line. Remember, they had a tough first half. They could have had a big lead the first half of this game. All the way down and missing the layup that time was Rashard Anderson. Nobody picked him up. They got the ball back. Baseline. Anderson's second miss wouldn't go. Can't give him too many chances, and now a push and a foul. And Ali may have picked up his 4th personal foul of this ball game. Trying to go for a loose ball that time. They're going to call him on a push. It'll be number 4. Team foul 5 against the Millionaires. Patriots 5.
All right, Ali will come out. And back into the ball game is going to go Stanley Scott. Got a good rest there. He's got to finish this ball game now with 5:50 to go.
They need a big ending to this game by their leader, Stanley Scott here. 40-29, scoring the game. Inbound play. Pretty play. Slipping in for 2 is Pernell G. And it's back to a 9-point game, 40-31.
That foul is going to be a foul on the inbounds going against Penn Wood.
I think it's G. And if it is, that would be his 4th personal foul of the ball game, and that's big. 40-31, Williamsport, first round PIAA. Wilson off the trap, got it away. Aldemar got it to Carson, and quick hands again of Kyrie Jones prevents an easy layup. Millionaires have it back underneath their own hoop. Here comes Simmons, the sophomore point guard, looking for Scott. Stanley has hit a pair of threes in this game. Simmons again.
Looks like Penn Wood's back into a 2-3 zone. Now they're a man.
They've been doing a lot of trapping. They go multiple defenses. They'll show you a whole lot. They're in boxing 1 for a while on Scott in this game. Wilson coming back. Simmons. Good defense. Jones had him. Touched by Simmons. They force the turnover again. And now Penn Wood tries to cut the lead down with 5:07 left, down by 9 in the game. Every time the Millionaires try to get a double-digit lead and peck away and get it back up there again, Penn Wood comes right back.
Yeah, I thought a Penn Wood player may have touched that before Williamsport did, but I didn't have a clear view, and the officials are right on top of it.
Step back jumper will not go. The miss by Jones. Here comes Scott. Stanley showing you what he can do. Dishes, scoops, and it would not stay. Off the rebound, coming back. Terrell the finish that time. Jarrell got it away to Purnell G, and it's a 7-point ball game. 40-33. Ball's kicked away. Good attempt at a steal again, and Penn Wood just throwing all the defense they can hand on this team at the tail end of this game.
And I'll tell you, the Millionaires right now look like they may be a little gassed. This has been a hard game for them.
You didn't expect a game, the way this started, babe, you didn't expect to be playing in the 40s and 30s.
Absolutely not.
Millionaires scored only 8 in the second period. They were up 16-7 after 1. Missed a lot of foul shots. Wilson,
yes.
Boy, they need them. Finally, Wilson hits the shot. He's got the go-ahead green light. He's your three-point zone buster. And back down the other way, Rondell Carson takes another charge. Big play.
I'll tell you something. That time, Wilson, after he made that three, turned and made a sign at the player from Penn Wood, and that should have been a technical.
We're going to take a timeout. 4:22 to play. Millionaires by 10. This is the Rennie Rhode Armor All-State Game of the Week.
Hi, this is Scott from Harder Sporting Goods. You've known us as your baseball headquarters for years, but now we'd like you to know we have a full line of football equipment like Under Armour cleats, receivers gloves, shoulder pads, pants, anything that you need for your individual or team needs. And also we can do your rewards for your end of the year banquets. Come see us at Harder Sporting Goods, 2098 Lycoming Creek Road, where we play to win.
Son, it's time to learn how to change a tire. Let's see. I know it's in here. Oh, there we go. Then you want the, no, maybe that's what this is for. Oh, listen, come on. Are you getting any of this?
Dad, I sent our GPS location to AAA 20 minutes ago.
Really?
You gave me a AAA card, remember?
You trust AAA with your car. Now let AAA Travel handle your vacation plan. Don't go to strangers. Go to AAA Travel.
There's some of the crowd, big Millionaire crowd. Not a lot of fans from the suburban Philly area team. 43-33 our score of the game. The Millionaires had led by as many as 12 early in this ball game. And then this club out of Penn Wood went on a 12-3 run and cut it down to 3. They've gotten as close as 3. Millionaires back to a 10-point game. A lot of time with 4:22 to play in the game. Wilson hit a big three a moment ago. Ali behind the back. Simmons turns in the lane, and it goes in. Got the roll that time, 45-33, back to 12. That's their largest lead again. Scott off the miss.
I tell you, we've seen this all night. Penn Wood does not attack the basket. And they attack the basket with the ball, but nobody follows up with rebounds. That time the man went in and took a shot. There was nobody from Penn Wood in there. We've seen that all night. And as a result, the Millionaires are getting the benefactor of that situation. Stanley Scott to the foul line.
Stanley Scott to the free throw line, front end of a 1-and-1. He's got 15 points in this game. 8-team foul. Purnell G and Vincent Smalls both have 4 personal fouls in the game. And now G is out. That's it. That was number 5 against G. And he was their impact player coming into this game. Team captain. Senior-laden team have played together a long time. First time back to the PIAA. They were there in 2011. Scott. Millionaires free throws. They could have had a huge lead in the beginning of this game. They also missed some layups. And right now, they're 8 out of 19. Let's say 9 out of 19, and now 10 out of 20. 47-33, largest lead Millionaires. Stepping back for 3, and they're going to get a travel that time on Kyrie Jones. And right now, with 4:01 to play, the Millionaires have made a couple of big plays that have gotten the momentum back. For a while, when they were trapping and playing some great defense, you felt that lead slip away down to 3.
And the Millionaires right now have gotten back their confidence, and they're playing much better than what they did in that third quarter.
Scott got it to Simmons. Kicked away. Media timeout. We'll take the full minute. 47-33 in this ball game. 3:52 to play. You're watching live on WebbWeeklyLive.com. This is the Rennie Road Armor Allstate Game of the Week.
The new go-to place for great food in East End is 505. That's right, 505. 505 Washington Boulevard, 7 days a week. They have great steaks and pasta, great sandwiches and salads, homemade soups, amazing homemade cheesecake, and they also do catering. 505 at 505 Washington Boulevard. Right next door, don't forget about Boulevard Brews with a huge selection. 505.
Have you been injured on the job? Then let my 26 years of experience in workers' compensation guide you through the legal process. Conveniently located off the Golden Strip in Williamsport, Robinson Law is dedicated to workers' compensation.
Hi, my name is Paula Robinson of Robinson Law. I invite you to contact me regarding your work injury.
I promise to personally handle each case, offering both my compassion and experience.
Once again, we're back. Milton High School, Gary Crispin, Bay Bear. Paul McGinn, Aaron James with us. We talk to the guys again a little later with an update in this ball game. 47-33 Millionaires. 3:52 to play in the game. Largest lead of the night. Scott on the inbound. Close guarding by Javon Lindsay Terrell now. Wilson. Millionaires pulling that, going 4. Simmons, baseline. Carson took a step and took steps. Turned it over. Little indecision there, but give the credit to Vincent Smalls, who at 6'4" stepped in to deny the baseline. And he rolled that foot a bit. Coming back the other way, Anderson. Jumper won't go. Ali, high lob. Scott, it wouldn't stay. Off the break, big miss there. Transition, and just not keeping his eye on it. Smalls missed a layup. Millionaires got a break. And now Ali the other way, back to Scott. I know there's 3:10 left in the ball game. The Millionaires right now have got to decide just to finish a play and make the layup here.
That's going to be a foul on Penn Wood. But it should be a shooting foul. That's 18 fouls against Penwood.
They bring
Brandon. No, Penwood's get the ball. Okay, I got it.
Brandon Campbell's coming back in the ball game. Deep jumper, shot misses. Darrell, and that's of course Darrell Wilson. Started this ball game tonight off a strip by Jones. Jones muscles it up, missed the shot. Rebound pulled down. Javon Lindsay Terrell, deep jumper from downtown. And the Millionaires are lucky this team is cold from the field.
Yeah, this team at the end of the third quarter, shot 31% compared to the Millionaires that have dropped down to 40%. They were at 60% at one time.
Scott. Here comes Rondell Carson, blows by his man and lays it down. The big-time dunk by Rondell. 49-33, emphatically puts it down with 2:38 left in the ball game. He's got 15 points. That's huge for Carson, who plays so big inside for the Millionaires. And you see Carson's speed, that one big step to the hole, blew right by his man.
Carson has played a good game here tonight.
Sure has.
Both defensively, some key offensive fouls put on Penn Wood by him stepping into the lane, taking the charge, and of course making baskets like that.
Free throw line back up is Fitzgerald. Here comes Ali, 49-35, 2.5 to play. Off the double team, the tie-up. That time Jones ties him up. Let's see where that, can't see the possession error from where we are.
Yeah, the possession error goes to the Millionaires unless they switched it before we had a chance to see it.
Millionaires going to get it back. 2:28 to play, and now you've got a 14-point lead, trying to extend it on their way to winning their 21st of the season. Inbound, loose ball, Scott. Stanley's going to take it, give it back to Ali for two. Pretty play, and now the Millionaires are on their way. They feel it now, 51-35. Javon Lindsay Terrell answers 51-37, our score. With 2:12 left in this ball game, you're watching PA Sports Live, our streaming partner, and WebbWeeklyLive.com. Here on Facebook also. 2:04 to play in the game. One thing for sure you've got to say is holding a team like this down in the 30s, and a breakaway slam by Rashad Anderson, 51-39, scoring the ball game. And now Alan Taylor says, guys, we don't have it yet. Full timeout with 1:52, and the Millionaires up in the ball game, 51-39. We'll be right back. Jim Moff & Associates, you've been at it for 30-plus years. The biggest kick you must get is helping so many people out achieve the proper retirement with the money they really need, right?
Correct. Now, there's some folks that really don't have a lot of assets, but we're able to help them to achieve financial success for retirement. A little bit of discipline and some savings each month will get them there.
Jim Moff & Associates, moffandassociates.com.
You know, when you talk pizza in Williamsport, you first talk about Park Pizza, a Billtown tradition since 1960. For the best in pizza, stromboli, and wings, you've got to believe it's Park Pizza. And now you've got to check out the brand new Behemoth, the giant 28-inch hand-tossed pizza, the largest hand-tossed pizza in the area. Park Pizza, take out, delivery, or dine in, Memorial Avenue, Williamsport. Call Scott today, 322-9024, Park Pizza.
Randy Road Armel All-State game. Capacity crowd here in Milton, and mostly wearing the cherry and white. Millionaires, minute 52 away from victory. 51-39. Game's been cut down to 12. Ali off the drive, finishes.
A nice shot by Ali.
53-39, back to a 14-point game. He's got 11. Boy, in close miss that time. Penn would. Ali races it up again. Turning in, throws it up. Ali got his own rebound. State high jump champion 2 years ago, third a year ago. One of the best. A lot of big schools looking at him as the high jumper, and he wants to win a state title, get the gold back this year. Backcourt foul.
That's going to go against Smalls. I think it's 5 on him.
If that's the case, it would be 5 on Smalls. We had him for 4.
No, it's not going to go against. It's going to go against Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Jay Fitzgerald's second personal foul. Going to be front end of the 1-and-1. Team foul number 9 with 1:16 left in this game. 53-39. And Wilson. He's got 6 points in this game. 54-39. And now you feel pretty good right now with 1:16 left and a 15-point lead. Wilson again. Second shot goes. Millionaires with a 16-point lead for Alan Taylor's club, and on their way to the second round of the PIAA. There's a little step back jumper, rims out again. Penwood has not been able to buy a bucket from downtown. Off the miss that time, Lindsey Terrell. Scott gives it back in the layup to Ali, and they're on their way. 57-39, he's got 13. 57-39 score in the game.
And I'll tell you, the Millionaires right now are taking Penwood to school. I mean, it's you know, they're coming up here getting easy baskets, and Penwood still can't buy one at the other end.
Jack Rupert's keeping our shot clock over here in chart, and the way things are looking there, Millionaires have got nothing but layups off that transition game. There's a putback, 57-41. Stanley Scott tomahawks it down. 59-41, he's got 19. Scott takes it himself, tried to scoop it up, and it would not go. Coming back down the other way, Fitzgerald. Deep jumper off the miss. No, Javon Lindsay Terrell.
I tell you what, I don't think I've ever seen a team shoot this poor from the floor, but the Millionaires are the better team on the floor tonight.
Millionaires have won it, and they win it gone away. 59-41 over District 1 Penn Wood. And the Millionaires go to the second round of the PIAA. Boy, I tell you, that's exciting.
Yeah, it sure is. And the Millionaires simply outplayed them. I mean, that was the ball game. I thought the Millionaires had much better discipline. I thought they had confidence when they needed it. When the game started to get away from them in the second quarter there, Gary, I thought maybe, this could be a big turn, but the Millionaires bounced back and had a great second half and comes up with a big win.
We're going to take a timeout. 59-41. That is our final score of this ball game. As the Millionaires have won it, they win by 18. And when we come right back, we're going to talk to stars of the ball game and a whole lot more. We come right back. Millionaires go to the second round of the PIAA, the road to Hershey, here on Cable Sports. Well, 38 years in the making, Rennie Road Armor Allstate is #1 in Pennsylvania. They continue to evolve, and now John Grant has joined the company. Tell me more about your new role here at Rennie Road Armor.
I'm here as the benefits manager with my daughter Jennifer. We administer programs to local owners and businesses to help them maintain their employees by offering voluntary benefits that they can pick up, such as accident and disability. But one of the main things we're going to talk about today is our cancer program. As you know, in the country, 1 out of 2 males and 1 out of 3 females suffer with cancer, and our programs are made to supplement them. Talk about if they end up having a mammogram or a colonoscopy, that's paid for. Transportation paid for. But the big thing is their initial diagnosis, or if they have radiation and chemo, it pays $10,000 to them directly, that they don't have to pay to any other medical institution or any doctor. It goes directly to them to help offset their financial woes during this time of loss.
Why, the name is Furlinger, Bud Furlinger. River Valley Transit's original driver, date back to 1933. This baby goes back to 62. Sort of reminds me of my third wife, Shirley. You can see it here at the Peter Hurdy Transportation Museum. You know, we've come a long way, but we still have the lowest discounted fares in the state. We cover the region from Jersey Shore to Hughesville. This is the new Church Street Transportation Center. And this baby is our new hybrid bus. River Valley Transit, dedicated to get you there.
Jim Off, like myself, like a lot of people out there, everybody's thinking about retirement, but do you have enough money to retire and have the same lifestyle? You've helped so many people find financial independence. Jim, it's about an appointment and a game plan, and you've done that for a lot of people, right?
We sure have. I've been doing it for 32 years, and we have a lot of folks with very good success stories. They were able to retire. And this may take a little bit more discipline and a little bit more savings. They can get there pretty fast for retirement.
Proper investments, the proper game plan, and the bottom line is financial independence. Somebody that didn't think they could save the money, but you've helped them every step of the way. That's what you guys do every day here.
Yes, we do. We do that every day, and we help a lot of folks for financial success.
Talk about retirement savings. Talk to Jim Moff, Moffett Associates at moffettassociates.com.
Ray-Ban, Nike, Polo Ralph Lauren, Maui Jim, Costa, Gucci, Wiley X. Price Optical has the widest selection of sunglass eyewear in the area. Attention gas workers and outdoorsmen and women. Wiley X sunglasses are ANSI safety rated and military ballistic certified. At Price Optical, we set our sights on your vision. Our focus is on providing you complete quality eyewear. Price Optical, for the finest in eyewear. You know, BJ's Steak and Rib House of Selinsgrove has been a Central PA classic since 1982. And they offer Central PA's only authentic oyster bar, available open to close 7 days a week, hot and cold selections from the cold waters of New England to the Canadian Maritimes at BJ's. Plus, they offer Central PA's premium house-dry aged steaks, all hand-cut in BJ's own butcher shop. BJ's Steak and Ribs, a Central PA classic in Selinsgrove.
Loves clothes and her phone. Still willing to be seen with you in public, depending on the location. Jamie at 14 and you. Available for a limited time only. Don't wait to make the memories that will last a lifetime at Walt Disney World Resort, the place where dreams come true.
Now you can afford to celebrate your special moments at Walt Disney World Resort. Contact your local AAA office or go to AAA.com/Disney to learn how.
We're back. Fairfield postgame show. Millionaires have won it. They're 21st. They've won 14 in a row. 59-41. And they win it gone away. It got a little close after a while. And Millionaires got out to a quick start. 19 for Stanley Scott. Rondell Carson at 14. And Kaim Ali with 13 points in the game. Let's go to Stanley. Guys got up early, and then some free throws weren't going in. You felt like you should have been up by a bundle, but this team kept clawing back.
Yeah, no, they stick with us, but we made sure at halftime they got a lot of confidence, but we wanted to make sure we came out here and do what we had to do in the second half.
Rondell, all right, we're going to take a look at our River Valley Transit big play. Second half of the game, you took one big step. I didn't know you were that quick. You took one big step, blew by your guy. How'd that slam feel?
It felt really good. Actually, I heard a huge momentum from the crowd. It was really crazy.
That really was the igniting shot that everybody needed to have. Anytime you have a play like that, that was huge. And of course, Kaim Ali, we've got to check with Lushy on the number of rebounds. You got a ton in this ball game today.
Well, the rebound is the main part of the game. I mean, if you can rebound the ball, that means your team has an opportunity to score. So, I mean, I crashed the boards hoping to grab every rebound and look out for the people running the floor.
How do you guys feel, Stanley, coming off this win tonight? Did you feel like you hit all full cylinders at the end of the ball game to put this club away? Because it got close, but you never seemed to get jittery about it.
No, absolutely. I feel like we did what we had to do. It was a good win for us. Now we're just on to the next game.
Babe?
You know, Kaim, in this ball game, in the first quarter, you guys just totally dominated the game. They were like out of their element, all right? And then in the second quarter, it was a very physical, very fast game. Did you guys feel a little fatigue there at the end of in the second quarter when they climbed back into the ball game and made it a 3-point game at halftime?
I don't know if I'd call it fatigue. I'd call it more just having to overcompensate for not having a starter in the game. So it was harder to play the game with one of our starters out. So everyone wasn't in the spot we're accustomed to him being in. So it just made things a little harder.
A good point. Rondell, I thought a big part of the first quarter was you taking those fouls, okay, causing the charging fouls and getting those turnovers on the charging fouls. I think that's what they wanted to do. They thought they could attack the basket on you. Those two fouls that you picked up in the first quarter, I thought took them out of that ball game.
Yeah, that's kind of my job. Coach T also told us before coming into this game that we could take them, and I usually take them. So it was a huge boost that I could do it.
What do you do to take that foul? I mean, you know you're going to get hammered. Those guys were big.
Yeah, I just want to win. I just want to win.
Stanley, I tell you what, it's I thought a big thing that happened in the fourth quarter is when you hit that three from the outside. I thought that, that opened things up, and the team all of a sudden came to life, and all of a sudden Ali starts running down the floor and making big baskets, and I thought that was a big turning point when you hit that.
Oh, yeah, basketball is all about runs, we go on runs, they go on runs, but unfortunately we just went on a lot more than them, and that's how we put out with the win today, so that was good.
Were you surprised at the way they played you guys?
No, I mean, we knew what they were going to do, the boxing one, we knew all their sets and stuff, so, what I'm saying, it was tough. I mean, they're a hell of a team, but we just pulled out.
Guys, I want to tell you something. I've done a lot of playoff games, all right? And teams win playoff games, all right? Individual play doesn't win it. I thought the team as a whole played a very good game against a team that I thought had a lot of talent out there on the floor.
Yeah, we just try to put it down every game, and we always compete. That's our number one thing. We compete. We just go at them, and we have reserves, we have everybody, so we can keep coming and coming. Yeah, we won't ever stop.
Good game tonight. Keep it going, guys.
Guys, congratulations, 59-41. Let's go to the winning head coach now. Let's talk to Alan Taylor with Paul and Aaron. Guys?
And thank you, Gary. Here we are, live post-game with Williamsport's head coach, Alan Taylor. Millionaires coming off of a big win over the Penn Patriots, winning by 18 here in the first round of the PIAA state playoffs. Coach, you had a 3-point lead at the half. I'm sure you had a nice message there for your guys at halftime. They responded very well, outscored them by 15 there in the second half with an 18-point win. What did you guys do in that second half that allowed you to pull away and solidify this victory?
Well, we made layups, and we still made some careless decisions, turned the ball over more than I would like to. I didn't think that they put pressure on us to force us to turn the ball over. It was more of us being in a hurry and not being patient and just being smart and making better decisions with the basketball. But we left a number of layups out there in the first half. Second half we started off, we missed a layup, but then we started making layups and again started making smarter decisions. And it was a matter of controlling dribble penetration and controlling the boards. And I thought for the most part we were able to do that.
Absolutely. Aaron?
And as we're sitting here, we're talking about emotions and how you have to bring your emotions to a different level in the state tournament with guys like Daryl Wilson and Marcus Simmons, who are the younger guys and struggled a little bit at the beginning of the game with turnovers and shooting the ball, obviously responding well because they are such a major factor of this team. What do you have to say to those guys to keep their head in the game and keep their emotions in check in such a big game?
Well, it's like I told the guys during the end of the third quarter, start of the fourth. I said, the bad news is we're playing absolutely terrible right now. The good news is we have a 7-point lead. I said, the only thing we got to do is get back to doing what we do, what we prepared to do all season long. And that's play solid defense. And then when we get rebounds, get out in transition and make smart decisions. We just got to make layups. We don't have it, just get the ball out and just let's run offense because we got the lead. We just want to look for backdoor layups or dribble penetration. And I thought they did a better job of that. But still, at times, a little shaky. But that's when you need that good senior veteran leadership, that Q and Tone and Stan provided for us.
Yeah, and once again, hey, congratulations, Coach. Got the first one out of the way, right? And the road to Hershey started here tonight in Milton against Penn Patriots.
With a great crowd.
Next week, Wednesday night, we'll have the round 2 ball game. Gary, we'll throw it back over to you.
All right, Paul, thanks. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more of the Fairfield postgame. Millionaires have won it 59-41. You're watching the Rennie Road Armor All-State Game of the Week. And we're back at our Fairfield Auto Group postgame show with Rick Quigley, where it all started here in 14 car lines, soon to be 9 locations because we're here at BMW, but pretty soon a brand new BMW store. That's exciting.
That's right, Gary. We've got a huge new store going up. We've already broken ground. It's behind our Honda and Toyota store down in Muncie, and it's going to be a brand new state-of-the-art showroom, 9-10 car showroom. Wow. 22,000 square foot facility. It's going to be unbelievable.
How soon do we look for that in 2017?
Well, we should be in there, I'm going to say, in the spring of 2017.
Sounds fantastic. Right after basketball this year. Rick, I think you have more inventory for BMWs than I've ever seen.
We are selling a lot more, which is enabling us to build a new store, and they've given us a lot more inventory. As you can see, the lot is full of new and certified pre-owned out front, and that's only going to increase and get bigger and better as we go and get in a new store.
Yeah, the 3 Series is great, 5 Series, right up to the 7 Series. But when it comes to the sport utility vehicle, the sport activity vehicle, those cars are fantastic, starting with the X1 right on up.
Yeah, we have pretty much everyone covered. And actually next year we have an X7 coming out, which is on the 7 Series platform. It'll be a full-size sport utility, and looking forward to that very much. Should be an 8-passenger.
Should be fantastic. And the other thing about BMW, certified pre-owned. If you want to get into one that looks brand spanking new and still be the talk of your neighborhood, get in one that's maybe a couple years old that looks brand new.
And it comes with a fantastic BMW warranty on it, yes.
Got to check it out. Fairfield BMW, part of the Fairfield Auto Group, with a new location coming in spring 2017. Rick, let's keep it moving for Fairfield.
That's what we're here for. Thanks, Gary.
Hey, more of the post game. We'll be right back. For the finest detail and handcrafted jewelry, there is one name to know. Blair Brothers Goldsmiths, Oaks Plaza, East 3rd, Golden Strip in Williamsport. Let them make you an original. And remember, they are your diamond headquarters. Absolutely the best prices, bar none, on diamonds anywhere in Central PA. And of course, the finest gemstones in the world today, from sapphires to tanzanite. Now is the time to let them make you an original. Blair Brothers Goldsmiths, your diamond headquarters, Golden Strip. You've known the name for more than 50 years. Alvarado Construction, offering extensive design and build services all over Pennsylvania. John Alvarado, now you're doing even more residential.
We've partnered with Scholl's Design, a residential architectural firm, offering designs out of their catalog. Also have the ability to do a custom design in-house for a client.
And a remodel, like the Kiss FM home makeover, a huge success.
That was a great project. Gave them a new kitchen in about 3 days.
Alvarado Construction for residential and commercial builds.
Griggs' Coffee and Peanuts and Dolly's Diner, serving 3 meals 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., 3 p.m. on Sundays. House-made desserts, including famous Griggs' sticky buns, coffee, peanuts, and peanut butter, and specialty drinks. Griggs' Coffee and Peanuts and Dolly's Diner, just off North Loyalsock Avenue in Montoursville.
Kiss 1027, the 80s to now.
Fairfield postgame show, Fairfield for fair deals. Gary Crispin and Babe Mayer back from Milton, where the Millionaires have won it their 21st. They've won 14 straight. Ranked as one of the top 10 teams in Pennsylvania. High as 6th in one poll we saw out of Philly this week. And they beat up on a team from suburban Philly who kept cutting that lead. But they win it going away, 59-41 the final score over Penn Wood in this ball game. And boy, I tell you, you're right. You made a good point on Rondell Carson early, making big plays, getting charges. Millionaires race out to a 16-7 first quarter lead. They're up a dozen points in the game. Then they got outscored 12-3, and it was a 3-point ball game. And it got a little crazy to the end of that ball game today.
Yeah, it sure did. And it wasn't a well-played ball game, but I think a lot of that had to do with the contrast of the two teams. I thought that Penn Wood was playing playground ball. That one guy would get the ball, he'd take it to the hoop. Whether there were people there to get rebounds or whatever, it didn't matter. Right? I didn't think they really had control of the game. But they had to travel up here to play, and to play against the officials from District 4. Right? The Millionaires lose that luxury the next game because you go to a neutral floor, and they're the ones that may have to adjust to the officials in their play. But overall, the Millionaires were a team. And I thought that was the team beating the team that played playground basketball that was a difference in this ball game. Millionaires are going to have to get better to win the next game and play better to win the next game, but they were the better team here tonight.
Yeah, they win. It's 59-41. Turnovers, 25 for Williamsport, 21 for Penn Wood in this ball game. Millionaires did out-rebound 31-24. Scott with 19, Ali with 13, Carson had 14. Scott had 9 rebounds, 8 for Carson, 6 for Ali. So you can see that big three, how big they play in the game. And G led the way with 10 for Penn Wood. Big game, Williamsport, but you're right. They put it all together, and I'm not so sure they have put it all together yet. It could be scary what this team can do. However, Hempfield playing Allen. William Allen High School, one of the best in Pennsylvania, and that could be, and we predict it would be the next opponent. And they're going to have their hands full. District 11, whole different style. Team can be athletic, but a team that also can lock you down defensively, and they normally keep teams in the 30s and 40s the way they play defense.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I mean, they don't score a lot of points down there, but they play great defense, and the Millionaires now are going to play a team that will probably play as good a defense as what the Millionaires play. May come to the offensive side of the court who makes the difference.
And the Millionaires will be playing Wednesday, so they're on a Saturday, Wednesday on the road to Hershey. Newman and Hughesville winning. Congratulations, those clubs will play on Tuesday this week. Our next game will be Williamsport on Wednesday night, and stay tuned to the Crispin Show on Kiss FM and updates on Facebook about time, who they play, where and when, and of course here on WebWeeklyLive.com, BA Sports Live, and on Facebook, and watching Sunday at 10, Monday at 7, Comcast 190. Want to plug again the Peter White Jr. Alumni Basketball Classic is coming up. It's going to be June 3rd. Raising money is one of the big fundraiser for Relay for Life for the American Cancer Society. Going to be June 3rd, Magic Dome, the best of Loyal Sock against the best of the Williamsport Millionaires. I'm hearing a rumor that Chevy Troutman could end up playing and coming back. He's played professionally in Europe, now down in Argentina. That should be fun, but we're going to be telling you more about that big game coming up. That should be a lot of fun. We've got a lot of postseason, though, to go, partner.
We sure do. We still have 3 teams alive, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Any one of these 3 teams could go places, and hopefully they do. But the postseason's always fun, always great games, and we'll be there to cover the good ones.
We're going to take a timeout. Matter of fact, we're going to run. We better run. We've gotten to the end. You're ready to go to dinner, aren't you?
You're
all
right.
For Bay Bear, I'm Gary Crispin saying so long from Milton High School. Final score, the Millionaires go to round 2. The PIAA today, they've beaten Penn Wood 59-41. Denied the shot. Millionaires off the break. Scott, right past Simmons. Myers, Henry, Shetler, the lob to the big guy off the pump fake. Yes, they got to keep going back to him. Kick out. Goff gives it back to Lynch in the paint. Nice feed to Anderson. Millionaires with 9. Off the drive. Pretty play by Wilson. Junior drives, misses. Mason, yes. Better make it right now. You can't wait too late. Fish from 3. And a good rebound by Simmons. Simmons runs it up in traffic, and Scott jams it home.